current, this coming pay-per-view this weekend, and you
Mox
go
and Eddie, like that's
and it's like, okay, that was a tournament. And it's like, okay, fine. So you build up your story vis-a-vis. You didn't need to build up a story there. It's just a tournament. But aside from like the Christian Cage and
Edge
Edge one,
for the
well,
rated R superstar.
and then you got the MJF and Samoa Joe. Those stories we've
That'll be
talked
a good
about.
match right there.
Yeah, those stories we've talked about. But most of the rest of these matches were just thrown together at the last minute here. It's like Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. It's like, really? I mean, that's old shit. You're retreading old stuff, right? You're
that's
just
been done, and they slightly pushed.
I mean,
They slightly
Abaddon.
pushed Swerve, but they kind of like left Keith like just flapping in the wind, and he was the one out of the two of them that had the crowd momentum. Like
Right.
Swerve has got all the talent in the world. Like he's legitimately like a top tier athlete. And what's crazy is so is Keith Lee. Even for his size, like he transcends his weight class into a whole.
I just think he
division of his own.
oversells.
And he had all the momentum in the world. And it's weird. They did the same thing with Wardlow numerous times. Like when I got into AEW, came back and started watching wrestling, like Becker, like I was talking to Becker about how I watch like classic WCW stuff all the time. Still do. I absolutely love it all the way back from the 80s up to like the early 2000s. Watch it on the regular. He told me to check out AEW. I get there and Wardlow was having his exit from MJF's crew. So he'd never been hotter. I saw that. That was my introduction. And I watched them just take this man's momentum and do nothing with it. And then they shelf him. Then they give him a BS title. Then they take it from him. Then they give it back to him, and then they take it from him the next time. What are y'all doing? Do you not hear the crowd? Like you literally have another Goldberg on your hand. That never happens. Like that. I guarantee that'll never happen again. Like everyone just chanting Wardlow, like Goldberg, him coming out from the back exit, like just it was insane.
Yeah, no, they don't. They do weird stuff like that. They build somebody lose. I mean, Keith Lee's thing for me was always that I like the guy, but he oversells. So there's a lot of big wrestlers who don't sell anything.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But he all of a sudden, like some little thing, all of a sudden next thing he's like completely off his game and he's overselling stuff. It's like it's not believable at the same time. It's like so his
Darby
matches are always
kicks Keith Lee and he's down for the count. That's not believable.
Yeah. So it's just so. Anyways, they don't, as much as the wrestling match, they put together some amazing matches and some great matchups, but there's an element to it. If you're going to if you're doing indie shows
for a reason,
if you're just doing indie shows, which a lot of these guys are used to doing, right? That's fine. They don't need to build stories necessarily because they're just putting on matches and the stories they're putting together are very short term, put together within a single night type of thing almost. But if you're going to be an on television regular thing, part of this is wrestling is a male soap opera as much as it is an athletic event, right? You got to tell me some story. Get me interested in these.
And
guys.
on that note, too, talking about like the whole indie dynamic, there's no match consistency. There's like no, like every match feels like it could have been a headlining match on a pay-per-view almost, even on like a pre-recorded Rampage show. They're like doing stuff that can end their career if they do it wrong, kind of thing. There's no levels to these matches, like they're all competing like they're trying to get offered a contract and taken out of the indie leagues. They're not competing like they're in the big leagues anymore. They're not like, this is our Friday show. We put on a good match and we save that shit for the pay-per-view. We give them a reason to buy it. We give, you know what I mean?
Every match doesn't need to have a freaking over the top rope to the floor shit or.
Why are y'all on those ladders jumping through that barbed wire? And the fact that like, what's his name? That high flying kid, part of the tag team, like he has like the highest vertical of anybody I've ever seen.
Oh, one of the top flight guys.
Yeah, he went down. He went down.
And broke his leg.
Yeah, it went down to Ring of Honor to do a match and did that crazy flip through table. I'm like, dude, why are you doing that in Ring of Honor? You're on television, my dude. You've made it.
Yeah, that was a top flight
Yeah,
those poor kids, both those kids have taken a beating. But
those are they're the most like talented jobbers that have ever existed. I think.
yeah. Anywho, let's give them. Let's just create another title. Oh, let's see. How you guys all doing out there, everybody? No, enough wrestling for now.
About to pass the link out if you want to go through the chat.
Yeah, yeah, sure. You do that, I'll do that. Here, as I drink some coffee from the Parliament of Mouths. Mm. Let's see here. Your good friend, my nerdy collection.
What's
Good
going on,
morning,
Jeremy?
peeps. Oh. He hopes that everyone has had a good New Year's weekend. Don't drink and drive. I want to see you all here for New Comic Book Day on Tuesday. Tuesday for you. Yes, I know. Mark will have that conversation with everybody that New Comic Book Day is Tuesday and not Wednesday,
It is.
or both. But
Yeah, I'm trying to like toe the line and call it a 48-hour event.
New Comic Book Day week.
Yeah.
New Comic Book Days. How about that? New Comic Book Days.
Is that with a Z or with an S?
Whichever you want. Depends on how young you are.
Let's definitely go
For
with
those
a
of
Z.
us that are older, it's with an S. But for the young hip crowd, it could be with a Z. For Miss So, it's probably going to be with a different emoji. Good morning, Miss So. X11 Bravo checking in. Something about having breakfast, an Irish breakfast.
What is going on, X11? He posted where I think it was a Till Valhalla project. Yeah, they have a sale going on one of their really cool tees. It featured green, so I'm like, yeah, let me go look at it. But it's another one of those good causes that helps veterans and stuff. Well, helps a project for veterans and everything, and the family members of veterans and stuff. So picked up a couple shirts from that for myself and Pops.
Very cool. Let's see here. And yeah, something about Dragon Ball Z and that some character looks like me. Okay, whatever. But my guess is they're bald and have a goatee. Wow. Stone Cold was cooler.
What is that? Spidey!
Hello.
I didn't want to say it too loud. You look tired.
I literally just woke up from a nap.
Oh, okay. Well, Spidey!
Oh, shit. Not that awake yet.
What do we got? Is it like after midnight or is it before midnight still?
It's still just before midnight.
Just before midnight. All right, so it's like 11:38.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
All right, I'm gonna get my time zones down for your difference backwards now.
It's so
except that you're really forwards.
Yeah, really, really forward.
Yeah, because it's the 30th. No, it's still the 29th.
Still 29th.
So right now, you and I are actually on the same day.
Exactly the same day. That is correct.
I do have content for the new releases. Just they don't. I'm off on Tuesdays. That show came organically, absolutely organically. I got Marvel books right here. Well, I have a Marvel book right here.
That's all right. So, all right. So I got it. That means you're 5 hours less. So that means you're actually 19 hours ahead of me.
And we've talked about this before. The 2 hour the 2 hour swing is weird instead of just an hour either side. It's really weird. But
what time do you normally like to swing?
Wherever you'd like me to be, baby.
Ooh, spit roasted in the middle.
Well, that's my delirium talking right there.
There you go. Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm surprised a lurking Remy Q didn't pop up to say clipped.
I know. Know. Oh no! Don't get started.
Good morning, Ben Parker.
Jean and Durs. Good morning, Durs.
Yeah, this is the
all right. You have a good Christmas.
This is the final episode for 2023. Yeah.
I haven't really talked to you since Christmas.
No, I haven't really talked to anybody other than just on IG Messenger here and there.
Yeah, it's been kind of unique. So how was Christmas? The kids, I assume that Finn and Monkey cleaned up. Santa was very kind to them.
My dude, they still have toys and toys and toys and bags and toys that they ain't even opened yet. We're like days removed. We just opened like last night at 11 o'clock. We were opening his brand new Optimus Primal figure and going through it. So I have he calls them the maps. I still have the map sitting right here. He puts all of his little accessories that he doesn't want to lose. He puts on my ledge because I don't
Right.
let the kids over here unless they're just walking by when I'm here, you know. So I have like all kinds of new accessories on my ledge. You need a crossbow, I got it.
Nice.
You need the sword of darkness, I got it.
So it's
You
like
need
Remy's place.
you need
Is it a
Aquanet.
crossbow or was it
It
a
is.
bowcaster?
You need a trident, I got it.
Just it's like Remy's just on a smaller scale.
You need the little night vision goggles from Jurassic Park, I got it.
But do you have an artificial leg or a leg over there?
We don't have any prosthetics yet.
Or a bulletproof vest.
No, but I do have the alternate hand for Cyborg.
Well, there you go. That's close enough to.
I do have some F-16s from the Mighty Max Godzilla sets because while the Godzilla, Ghidorah, and villains are easy enough to keep up with, he's greatly fearful that he'll
The
lose one of his
F-16s are
jets.
small enough to inhale.
Yeah, and can't leave Monkey alone around him, obviously. If you need any fire effects for your R2-D2, we got them.
Yeah, that's all great. I remember we used to, especially since for me, my oldest was a December baby, so you'd have birthday and Christmas in short order. It was always there was so much stuff that usually would end up coming in all at once that a lot of that stuff would end up getting. And have them pick some of that stuff that we would put away and then pull back out like mid year. It's like, okay, there's only so many new toys you can play with right now. Which ones do you want for now? Which ones do you want to have come out later on? So they can try to spread it out. And then it was always nice because then only if some of those things would come back out in June and the rest of the stuff would end up going to like Toys for Tots or something. So that way you didn't have as many of them because you always end up with we used to get way too much stuff. But wow, that's
Oh man, I bet that's making him itch. John says, Legion of Comics, you have a left nostril inhaler. Man, I wish. I understand you're joking about the vape, but you don't know how much that comment
oh. I like what do you left nostril inhaler? I don't understand that.
It's kind of like a right nostril inhaler. It's very similar to one.
Is it like a left-handed screwdriver or what?
Closer to a left-handed hammer.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one of those things you do. They get
cheese straightener.
Yeah, no, that's we used to do put things that you just get so busy on a few things and some stuff was left out and next thing you know you just disappear it.
Yeah.
Never know.
Dude, what happened with Finn is when they went to see Santa, he asked Santa for Godzilla toys and Transformer toys. So, you know, Santa's pretty good at what he does. He's been doing it a long time. So Santa brought Finn Godzilla toys and Transformer toys. So Christmas morning, when he starts opening stuff, the first thing he hits is his Godzilla toys. So then he just opens everything and just goes right back to them. And he's just been playing with them nonstop. So he didn't open his first Transformer or unbox his first Transformer toy till last night. Like, you know, you play with stuff in moods just like we collected moods. Like I feel like picking up Silver Age DCs right now, or I just feel like I don't feel like picking up anything. I feel like catching up on my reading or this or that. Kids are the same way, you know. They
you have phases.
Yeah,
definitely. And it's funny you mentioned that because I reckon the amount of times that Godzilla's been in the discussions lately of live streams I've been a part with, obviously, especially with Mark being there, the googly eyes are watching, and I'm getting all these emails from like Australian like toy companies going, "Oh, these are the new, the new
Super
pre-orders
7
and
and
stuff,"
stuff.
and it's just full of Godzilla stuff.
And what's cool is all that merch is like most of that merch isn't new. It's like existing stock. Like Godzilla's that stuff. It's
We made this in the 70s. Here you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's all
well,
new.
you have like Super 7 just did that brand new -1 figure. It's like $85. Pre-orders open until January 20 something this month. But they also have had like 3-inch scale on card figures for a while, like and stuff like that, and little box.
3-inch Godzillas.
Yeah,
why would you
it's
even bother?
like the reaction figure size. It's like the Super 7 version
The
of that
three,
kind of
three, the
format.
3 1/4.
Yeah, 3 1/4. I'm about to say they're a little bit bigger than 3-inch, but
The point is, it's too small.
not really. And that's the crazy thing is because like Finn has, like Jeremy says, like Jeremy was actually hanging out with an elf and saw Santa in action putting together this Godzilla for Finn. But if Finn sits down and puts his legs out, just sits on his butt, and you put the Godzilla next to him, it's taller than he is and longer than he is. And he loves playing with that. They make Jurassic Park mega figures, which last year Santa got him one
Exactly.
of those. So he has like those to fight with, but he loves the little guys. He's got the 7-inch figure stuff, and then he just, I don't know, he plays with all of them. Hey, babe.
What is this?
This is
Our action figure is meant to look like the Shogun Warrior version of the. Okay. I like that then.
So they need to go out still.
3 3 3/4. It's less than 4 inches. It still seems like it's a little light. That's what she said, anyways. But
Yeah, it's like 40 degrees.
Yeah, like I even went to my pop guy today because I hadn't been there for a few weeks, and
Who's that?
while we're out, we'll go and do a pickup, and I even saw like Godzilla, pops today or whatever as well, and I was like, oh god, they just everything's just Godzilla.
sorry, the only Godzilla I want is from the 70s with flying fists, man, and a little tongue flicking action.
Yeah, that was like one of the first ones, right?
It's the first ones I remember. I mean, there may be some more than that before, but I mean that's what I remember. Is
and they're
that one
probably the vintage expensive ones
fighting
too.
with the Shogun
They've
Warriors.
remade it since then as well.
Oh, I'm sure everything's been remade and repop, but I just don't. I don't. When I think of action figures, I mean, obviously the 3 3/4, 3 1/2, whatever it is, that was a size that wasn't really an action figure size until Star Wars did it. They did that because they couldn't make their vehicles. The vehicles were really what was a big deal, and they couldn't make them, 20 feet tall or something. So they had to scale down an action figure to go in. And that size is kind of become then G.I. Joe scaled down to that same size essentially, but that's not
what is it, like Spin Master? Isn't that the name of a toy company? They put out like when movie toys come out now. Like I remember when I was little, like they'd be standard 5-inch figures now, like movie figure lines when movies release your little 3-inch Spin Master. Awful.
Yeah, I just don't. Godzilla that small just doesn't seem right to me. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The movie toys for Godzilla, I think, are like 6 or 7-inch scale figures. But you can get, if you get like these 2-packs, which are awesome, they come with diagrams you get to build. Like they like paper, and you pop them out and hook them together and make cities and stuff. So you actually have like a play set for your figures that creates that pretty cool scale. And they tend to come with small military vehicles and stuff like that. It's just hard to play with them with your other stuff. I'll definitely give you
I
that.
remember Mask, yeah. I had a lot of them when I was a kid.
I had a neighbor who had them. My parents were very much, they didn't want to get into, they wanted me focused on buying stuff. They knew they could buy me Legos, they knew they could buy me Hot Wheels, and they knew they could buy me Star Wars. And that's what they focused on. Anything else didn't. If I could ask for G.I. Joe, I could ask for Mask, I could ask for, wasn't going to get it. Transformers, didn't get it. I had to like build those things out of freaking Legos. So we would like anything else that you want a Transformer, build it out of Legos. You want a freaking Mask vehicle, build it out of Legos. And we did. unless we could talk grandma into, oh, hey, grandma, can I get a Insecticon? Sure.
What did y'all get for Christmas? Whether it be from somebody else or something that you treated
Mystery in
yourself to?
Space, issue number 1.
Yeah,
Simon?
we went really, really light this year.
Those are the best Christmases. Just ask your bank account.
Too much other happenings going on that we didn't bother doing. And I'm usually a prepared sort of person. Like I'm usually done by early to mid-November with things, but just last 2 months is just a nightmare. So we're just like, let's just have a nice, light, quiet Christmas and just do it that way. So. And besides, I'd bought myself that Spidey book, and that sort of drained my bank account.
I tell Kyle that about every holiday, every occasion. Like, let's take it easy. Only thing that I want is financial security for this holiday. I'm not wanting for anything. Like, let's just have a nice evening together or something like that. And then I do something as special as I can come up with at that time for her. This Christmas was fun because I heard her say something in passing like a while back, and then I started putting the plan together, like of making that happen. But leading up to Christmas, every time I would hear her say something about, oh, we need to get a gift for this person, I would ask her, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I get the typical answer, whatever, just anything, it's fine, just whatever. So that I would do that anytime I'd get that opening. I wouldn't just say it out of left field. So Christmas Eve comes, and I'm like, you still haven't told me what you want for Christmas. She's like, well, it's too late now. I'm like, yes, she believes it. And I'm like, she's like, I told you I don't care. Just give me anything. I'm like, all right, so I'll get you get you an Ulta gift card and an orchid, because I love getting her orchids because she fights like hell to keep them alive, and it never works. She kept one alive for like 2 years. I'm telling you, she takes it serious. Like I just get them because I like getting her flowers. I don't care if they die in a day or a week, but I just like getting her flowers. But she's like went to like this horticultural orchid specialist here and had it repotted with him and got like tips on to keep them alive and stuff. It's just difficult. But she told me don't get her no damn orchid. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll get you a poinsettia's Christmas. And she's like, gross. That was her response. Gross. So Christmas comes and I get her and I walk her into the kitchen. At the table, I have 2 poinsettias sitting there with this cheap ass dollar store looking candle that actually has Santa Claus on the sticker label. They have that burning whatever smell it is with a card up against it and with an Ulta gift card in it. And she's opening this stuff like, thank you so much, like clearly faking it. And then I give her David Yurman bracelet that I knew she would actually want. And
yeah, I'm one of those people that I take
Christmas
little hints that are not really hints, depending, like especially with like mum and dad. Like mum's always like, oh, don't get me anything, just come over for Christmas and whatever. But then like I should drop a little hint in like February or something like that, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy it now while I remember it. I'll stash it, and then give it to her for Christmas, sort of thing.
I see. I've gotten to the point in our relationship where it's different. We just go, okay, so you're buying yourself what you want for Christmas. I'm buying me, and we'll see what we're giving each other, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Cool. And that's the deal. Oh, but except that's what we say was going to happen. But what really happens is Rob buys something for himself and packages it up for her to give to me. And then I end up getting her what she wants. But it's usually not as much of a surprise though, because sometimes it's like, oh, I want a new car stereo. Okay, fine. This year it was like, I want to, because her birthday's also in December. So it's like, okay, she said, I need a new phone. All right, so get you a new phone. What else what do you want for Christmas? She said, I want a new washing machine. That's what you want for Christmas? Just yes. Are you sure? Yes.
See, well, that's legitimately like smart.
And you have to.
That's what we did. That's what we did last year. She'd been wanting a new phone for a while. So we're like, yo, for Christmas, let's not burn any money on gifts. Let's just put it let's go get new phones. We needed something like semi utility wise, and like let's just take all that Christmas effort and just put it toward that. We'll be more happy knowing that this is the time of year people kind of have it in their mind, like let's spend a little bit. It's a great time to re-up stuff.
That's
like
what
that.
it is, because the little stuff, we tend to, we're at the point in our lives where, and our kids are older and everything else, that we just get what we want when we want it. So when it comes time for the holidays, it's more of like an excuse to go, okay, those bigger items that you've been eyeing, it's our excuse to then go ahead and do that, right? It's my excuse to go, hey, I'm going to go get a bigger book. It's my excuse to do this.
Now, I did pick up myself that right there. Spidey probably recognizes that. ASM 314 had that's the box art from the corner of it that Chang redid for a Christmas cover. There was a McFarlane box art. This was one of those limited to only 200. All of them are already pre-graded 9.8s and numbered. So I'm like, it's kind of pricey, and like that'll be my Christmas gift.
But it's John Jang, and you got to have them all.
Yep,
it's your Pokemon.
And I'm kind of like a Christmas guy too, so it was pretty dope. It kind of paired well with that other Spider-Man, and it was timed out well for me. I'm glad. I was on the fence about picking it up or not, and then I'm like, man, I'm just going to get it. I got the funds. I'm going to get it, and then it sold out. So I'm like, I'm super happy I got it because it's only 200, and at the price point, they don't leave much room for catching a deal on the secondary market.
Yeah, no, I ended up getting a few other books have come in that as I'm gearing up for 2024. I start looking at my list, and then of course actually on Christmas Day, I sold that Submariner book.
Oh, finally!
Yeah, $1,175.
What, does it jump again?
No,
you're talking about the number one.
No, I'm talking about that one that I got from you.
Did you sell it?
Yeah.
What'd you sell it for?
$1,175.
After all the effort we went through.
That, Rob.
Sorry, what was that, Spidey?
I said after all the effort we went through, and then
I had it, I enjoyed it, but that, my friend, would be $1,730 Australian.
Yeah, from 500. Yeah, it's that's a So whereas me, I know, like you guys, like a lot of the people in the community do it. I just can't sell stuff. I'm just like, especially if I fought tooth. Like, I know we didn't fight tooth and nail for it, but we went through a bit of a process with it. And I'm just like, I could do it. But in saying that, and I remember your comment when because you're away, obviously, for most of Spidey's Outback, and I mentioned the Spidey book video coming out, and you said it better not be a number 3.
Right.
Literally about a week later, somebody actually posted a number 3 in a Raw for sale, and I'm like, you what? I'm already doing a payment plan on a couple of, I like to say, reasonable sized books, not Spidey books, a different one, but and I looked at it and I went, and it's from the same seller too, and I'm just like, if I had known he was going to put that up, I wouldn't have bothered with the other 2 books, and I would have said, look, can we do a payment plan on this? But because you never see a 3 pop up here at all.
But you don't say, hey, Rob. Yeah.
No, literally, like by the time I'd clicked it and I was trying to do the math and stuff like that, it literally went in about 5 minutes because that book never comes up for sale.
It's funny because obviously I'm like, I had put that one on the side burner.
Yeah,
but
you've
for
done
2020, but for 2024, that's I want to. It's more back at the forefront of what I'd like to cross off my list. And there has been a copy from an IG seller, a low grade one, that has been, the guy originally was like priced at like $1,000, and now he's down to like $675 that he wants to sell it. It's a 0.5. It's missing, the page 12, which is the
What?
pullout.
What book?
Amazing Spider-Man issue 3, first appearance of Doc Ock. So it's missing the pullout, and then it's missing a part of page 14, which these are like pretty common when I look online at books, that are 0.5s or something. That's very common. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't want a 0.5. It's like the price was tempting just to pull it, to offer him, even, especially since it's still sitting there. Nobody's biting on it after he dropped the price down. And it's still a little bit high compared to a few sales recently, but it's hard to tell because 0.5s, there's a wide variety in what a 0.5 presenting looks like. But I'm just like, I could do it and just to cross it off the list, but it's not the book I want. I want really like a 2.5, because because like my 2, 3, 4, or my 2, 4, 5, 6, these are all like 2 to 3s for the most part. So I feel like I want that 3 to fit in that range as well.
Yeah,
And
it's only a number 1 that's the sort of the really low
the 0.5,
grade.
and that was, because that was $4,000.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 3,500, whatever it was I paid, but so I'd like to be able to get an ASM 3 in a 2.5, and I'd like for it, based on current pricing, I'd like to be able to get it between 12 to 1,400.
I think I saw, was it a Lake Comics or something, was selling I think a 2. I think they had a 2 for like
crazy whack hack, where make pages reappear inside of a CGC slab.
Yeah. I think they had a 2 for like $10.99 or $11.99 or something like that in the last week or 2.
Oh yeah, I mean, I paid. I think for my 2, I paid under 1,200. Or 1,200. I think it was 1,100 is what I paid. But yeah, no, 3 is more expensive than 2. I mean, Doc Ock's better than Vulture. Let's just be honest. But I don't know. I've got a range that I want to get, and again, it's one of those things like I need to find that book that meets my criteria. I'm gonna be patient,
price. Yeah,
right?
and your price.
And so that's why I'm kind of like, okay, even though I keep looking at this 0.5 that's on this IG sale, because it's tempting to be able to say, yep, I'm done, hooray! But it's not what I want. It's not the book I want. So
yeah, and unless he comes up and goes, I'm just going to slash it to like $300, you might do it and then wait for an upgrade later. But
yeah, but even then, it's like, I don't know.
That just a fruitless endeavor sort of thing,
right? And this is not this is at this price range. When I start talking about this price range, it's not a book I want to buy on eBay, because the taxes and stuff are just ridiculous. So I want to buy it at a con, or I want to buy it for somebody I know or something, type of thing. So it is what it is. It's a bunch of being on the lookout. Start sacking money aside. And meanwhile, of course, there's also been a Tale of Suspense #1 that's been taunting me lately too.
Oh, #1. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even think that would be on your radar.
Oh, it's a bubble helmet cover.
Okay. Well, then that explains a lot.
And it's TOS 1, man. I mean, that's just a cool book to have, right?
Yeah, I think the lowest I would go would be is it 27? His first Hank Pym, I think it's 27. Like that'd probably be the lowest I would go, because even because that's sort of still like technically a Marvel book, not a
yeah. TOS 1 is not a Marvel book.
No,
it's whatever the hell it was. I forgot. Or Timely or and whatever.
Atlas.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. But anyways, there's always plenty of books to keep my attention.
So what's your hunting goal next year, Mark? Or you haven't or you're just gonna, as the wind blows sort of style? Like, I know you're still after that Brave and the Bold, but
I was about to say I have the ongoing that I do. You know, I like to pick up one a year of the original 6 of the Hulks. I've been consistent with that. That's been working out really good, and I kind of just save that for Heroes Con. You know, while I'm there, and Tales to Astonish and Hulk Volume 1 stuff. I'm almost completely done with Hulk Volume 1 stuff. Tales to Astonish, that's going to take time because I'm collecting beyond just the Hulk appearances. I finished the Hulk appearances this year, but I absolutely love the Monster Era stuff as well. So steadily just chipping away at that. I probably, out of that 101 issue run, I probably need 20 something issues, all early.
So you're going back into the Atlas once again. The Atlas.
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah. I've been doing that since Jump Up. My lowest issue number is 6, but I don't do like random eBay buys for it. You know, this is all like in-person hunting kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know you're a big in-person sort of guy.
Yeah, and that's for numerous reasons. For one, like the books aren't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. It's not that serious, you know.
And you like the thrill of the hunt.
I like to be able to hunt them. It's exciting when they pop up in town and stuff, and it's also, and it saves you money in the long run, especially if I have the opportunity to meet someone at their table and talk to them about their prices. It just works out better. It's just a lot more enjoyable.
And I wish they'd never seen you.
But what's crazy is, like, you know how it is with sellers. Like, you see a seller at a show, you see him at the next show kind of thing, and they have their circuit stuff. These people never act terrible. With the next time I come up to their booth, they tend to remember me. We have good discussions. It's just,
oh, this guy again.
I mean, they're dealers. They know what they're doing.
They've seen the best, and they've seen the worst, and they've seen the hagglers, and they've seen the impulsive. So
I'm not being offensive about anything. I didn't price their books. I feel like I'm in the right.
Oh,
Yo, it's funny because I still have books sitting out from the like. That's a great example. Like,
I think it'd be interesting to see Mark over here doing, because with the lack of sellers and the lack of dealers and things like that over here, I think you would
different.
I don't think you would buy anything.
I might not like these. Like the last show I went to, that was $15 for Hulk 135, which is a great cane cover. He's got the price tag still on it, $15. And then Hulk 118 was a couple holes in the Volume 1 run. I got those together for $20. Like that was a good deal. Like you can't haggle like that on eBay. And then Tales to Astonish 18, he had 45 on it.
Gorgilla.
And then Tales to Astonish 34, he had 50 on it. I got both of those for $50.
Whereas they'd be like a $500 book over here.
Might have been $60. I think it was $60. Yeah, $60. But yeah, it's really cool stuff, man. I absolutely love these old monster books.
I think what did I pick up? A number 40, I think, actually.
40.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, a few months ago. I just saw it and just went, oh, that's a really low number, and that's actually a reasonable price for over here. I'll pick that up. Was it an Astonish or was it a Suspense? I can't remember now. No, it wasn't a Suspense because that would have been second Iron Man. So yeah, it'd have to be an Astonish.
Ant-Man and all the Metal Gears.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I just pulled it up to see. There's that's another cool thing about Astonish. If you go back before Hulk, you know, like one of my first issues of Tales to Astonish I picked up was the first appearance of Giant Man. I'm like, that just got me real excited to dive into more of it. But you have the Giant Man. Well, you have Submariner stuff in reverse order, Hulk stuff, Giant Man stuff, Ant-Man stuff, Wasp stuff, and then it gets back to the point where there are monsters, and it's just the man in the anthill, and you have first appearance of Groot in there. And
that's another book. That's about the only monster book that I actually want.
Yeah, so first appearance of Ant-Man, you get 2 keys out of, because before he was Ant-Man with a costume, he was just another random monster story about a scientist who shrank himself down to go exploring in an anthill. that they're like, let's bring
that
that
was
character back.
2027.
Yeah, the whole man in the anthill story.
Have the first Groot in the reprint, where monsters roam or
Yeah,
monsters
where
dwell or
Monster
whatever it is.
Prowl, well, yeah.
Whichever one of it was. That's the
Yeah, I want that.
reprints is what I've got.
Yeah, I had that one. I got that book in the same exact collection that I bought that had the Giant Man in, and I got rid of it because at the time I'm like, this is actually just kind of aggravating me because I got it, and I'm like, man, I was like, when you're pulling books up and you get that excited feeling, you're like, yeah, oh damn it.
Well, we'll be at Heroes Con. If you want to join us at Heroes Con, by all means. I don't know about Hero Con, but that's just because I'm being a jerk right now.
Yeah, it's early for Rob. Jeremy, just forgive him. Yeah, hopefully Jeremy can make it this year. That'll be really cool.
He's local to you. He should be able to make it.
Yeah, he's drive up there for the day if he doesn't. If that's all the time he has. What is going on, my homie? Yeah, Sagnik. I think I pronounced that right. I feel bad if I don't. Sagnik. But he's been he's been a day one channel member, long time subscriber. I enjoyed Aquaman. It's definitely a sequel to the first film. It's like standard sequel. All the things that they did in the first film, like do more of it with a shorter time span. It was a blast. I absolutely loved it.
You are.
But have you been watching Rachel?
Yeah, I watched the first. Me and Kyle watched that together. So like, especially with our Christmas schedule, like we haven't been able to make it past the first episode. We watched that the night it released, like 2 weeks ago, at like 11 o'clock at night, and then went to bed. And we haven't had an evening together since. Like, she didn't get home last night till about 11 o'clock, having worked from 9 a.m. to like 10:30.
I'm 3 episodes or 4 episodes in, and loving it just as much as I love the first season.
Which channel is that one on?
Amazon.
At least that's a universal one. It's not like, this is on Hulu or Max.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what is it for me? It's actually
it means if I want to watch it, I should watch it before January 29th.
When you have to renew.
No, January 29th. So I'll renew my Amazon Prime because I ship a lot of stuff. But they sent out all their notices that starting January 29th, they're going to start putting limited ads in all their in their stuff, unless you want to pay.
Will they have a pay up option?
Yeah, if you want to pay an extra $2.99 a month, which
that's fine with me.
It's not much, but that's another $36 a month on top of the $100 whatever $20 or whatever it is for the Prime membership that you're just like, oh,
they're all reprints.
Damn, I don't watch enough. There's 1 second printing on the wall.
I love how I don't ever let that go past.
And that's the Spider-Man 2099 white toy
which is like an ultra rare version of a second print.
Right.
That's actually more expensive than the original.
Paying for advertised TV? Nope. Yeah, I don't. Dude, I'm a defender of streaming services. I hope for them to get more acceptable down the road as time goes. But like, we have all the streaming services except for like the cock. We don't have the cock, and we still pay less than what it would cost to get half this much content through cable providers.
We just noticed, like, literally, it only just popped up about a week ago. One called Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi's been around here forever, dude. When me and Kyle first got married and got a house and everything, like we're getting into a house, like set all your stuff up, toss your box spring, your mattress in the bed, and start working on filling a house out. Like we rock Tubi completely free. And back then, Tubi wasn't nearly what it is now. It's fantastic now. Back then, all you're watching is like the smut era of VH1 reality shows and foreign films.
Because it's only just popped up a couple of weeks ago, and I was having a look through it, and I'm like, there's a lot of like low grade, never heard of these sort of
Yeah,
movies
you'll
or
find some cool
series
stuff, but
before.
there's like legitimate new movies on there now as well. Like,
We probably still won't get the range maybe that you guys will get, but I noticed there's like a few, like I noticed like The Revenant was on there, and there was a few other
mhm.
movies that
Dude, like
was
that,
cool
if The
movies.
Revenant was on there like 5 years ago, well, I guess 6, almost 7 years ago now,
Mm.
like that would have been like game changing, life changing. Like, oh my god, how did Tubi get The Revenant? But
Mm.
yeah, they have all kinds of good stuff on there, legitimate stuff that you're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
I did have a flick through the martial arts section. I'm like, oh, there's some old
Tubi is
classics.
the Nick at Night of streamers. It definitely was.
They got a decent martial arts section, so I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to having a flick through that because I said a lot of old school classics in there.
Bezos needs a new super yacht. Yeah, this is I think 2024 is gonna be a very interesting year for these streaming platforms because like this whole streaming
Are you
thing.
able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Now we can. I don't know if you were going for a second.
I was, and apparently my mic, when I adjusted the camera, the mic somehow got.
It is now morning, Brian. It is
Yeah,
16 past 12 in the morning.
Good
we did.
morning. Good morning, Brian.
It's like I've probably spent 90% of my viewings probably on Hulu, just because it's where I have all my live television stuff is through
Mhm.
there, and so recording regular network shows and stuff that I watch there.
Yeah, I do my
Otherwise,
live on YouTube TV.
right, and then probably after that, I'm trying to think. I watched very little Netflix. I watched very little Amazon Prime. I probably watch the bulk of the rest of the stuff that I watch is probably either right now has been Paramount Plus, only because I've been watching some Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, so
And
I
then
didn't want to go Paramount because I'm thinking that's just another one to add to the financial pile.
it is another. It is. But right now it's one of my rotationals, right? So where like I'll be on here for a little bit and then I'll switch it over to Max or something, type thing. But right now I've been trying to get caught up on all the Star Trek stuff, and then I'll go switch it over to go get caught up on something else. But just
Well,
and
I only
also
wanted-
I wanted to watch the Tulsa King. I had been kept, so I had that was kind of like it. Like I finally my impetus to watch to switch over to Paramount for a moment was I wanted to watch Tulsa King and I wanted to watch um, the Paramount stuff without having to buy the seasons of the shows, right?
Get the first one free, and then you're like, oh, now I want to watch some more, so you have to go buy Paramount, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, like Strange New Worlds, the first season, I was so far behind on it that I purchased it, and I just watched. I said, well, I could buy the whole season for less than us, streaming it for several months or something. But just then the rest of it came. I said, well, I won't watch this, I won't watch this, I won't watch this, and I don't want to. I didn't want to do that, so okay. Otherwise, I'd probably say the rest of my time is spent with what is it? The good old fashioned YouTube, either to watch you all or to watch movies, because I get most of my movies I buy through Google Play and whatnot. So like,
And Rob, just to go back for slight context, because I heard you starting to get the opportunity to say it, but then conversation moved on about me being about the only person that enjoyed Aquaman. Probably that we've talked to.
I've said one of the few people I've heard say.
Yeah, there it is. And for context, it has like an 80% audience score rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which people don't really care much for the critic score these days, and they say all the time the audience score is what matters. But 80% is not bad. I mean, that's not great.
No.
Audience scores tend to lean high in general, like the people that, I mean, it really depends on the thing, but yeah, audience scores seem to be a better metric than the critic scores for most things. You always want to see stuff score high, but it has like this is one of those ones with a massive divide between the critic score and the audience score.
I also haven't heard a ton of. I should preface when I say that you're one of the few people I've heard talk about how much you enjoyed it. I haven't heard a lot of people tell me that or I haven't heard a lot of people also just straight deadpanning it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of I like this element. I didn't necessarily care for this element. Overall, it's somewhere. It's like it's an okay movie.
Yeah, I know TM said it wasn't the best for him. DJ said that he enjoyed it except for the campiness of Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
J-Man enjoyed it. Sector enjoyed it. I use my cheat code. I have a cheat code where if I want to go have fun at a movie, and I went in with very low expectations, having heard some of the early feedback from it. But I got the kids with me, got pops with me, the wife and me go and we get all the concession stuff, and we make an event of it. And it's hard not to enjoy yourself no matter what you're watching at that point. Yeah. But the movie was I'm a sucker for Aquaman in general. He's like the most underutilized superhero in my opinion right now, like for my taste. Mm-hmm. So it was just great finally getting it. The first Aquaman movie in the DC EU movie rankings, you have the Snyder trilogy, then Aquaman for me. Absolutely love these things. Good morning, Madam Blaster. Hope you're doing good today. Hello.
Is anyone else getting tired of foil already?
No, I don't tire of foil. I just don't buy it if I don't want it, but it doesn't actively bother me.
It doesn't bother me. I think it was a nice bringing back some of the foil covers was a nice little thing for a couple of special books or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like all of a sudden it's like the new thing that every book has got to be a foil variant, and it's just getting ridiculous.
That's how they're doing their reprints now. Yeah, they turned out reprints. The reprint formula. You get the reprint and the foil version of it every week now. Like that's cool, but why?
I definitely don't need foil reprints. I mean, they're
cool. I picked up one to use for the. I typically go with like the shiny covers and nice covers for the Tuesday.
I didn't even see the regular cover if there was one. All I saw was only the foil this week, and I'm like, really? No, I'm going to leave that.
He's the proud owner of 2 of this week's gimmick covers. We have lenticulars.
I love lenticulars. They're cool.
Yeah, so I tend to try to get like the fun covers. You never know what people read or not, so at least give them a cool cover.
We probably haven't been drowned out as much because obviously you guys have more the exclusive retailers and stuff like that, like BTC and things like that, doing all these foils. So we don't get as drowned out as much. But I think I'm sick of seeing all YouTube is getting foils because that's all it seems to be at the moment. It's like, oh, here's my new book oil. Here's a foil. Here's another foil. Here's another foil. Here's another foil. Here's another foil.
I like them. The only thing is when there's so many of there's really no chase aspect of it for me. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I want to get this foil set that's coming. It's just a thing, it's just another variant.
And I dislike that I can't fucking handle the goddamn book without leaving behind fingerprints and having to frickin' put gloves on to either handle the book or to wipe down the books and stuff. It's like, God.
Scott said scratch and sniff covers are underutilized. Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night, #1 scratch and sniff variant. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but just his mouth area, you can see the different color of it, when you're not, I guess.
Smells like bourbon.
It's a peppermint. You don't have to scratch it, but you rub it and smell it. It's peppermint.
Yeah. You get a foil. You get a foil. You get a foil. Everyone gets a foil.
Scratching my screen right now.
Sorry.
Why can't they bring back the hologram and the die cut covers? Are they going to bring back foil?
And I think that would be an awesome thing to do.
I really did like the hologram stuff.
Yes.
Some of them were amazing, but again, I don't want it to become something where it's everything, It's like I don't mind some kind of special occasional thing. But
for this month, we'll be doing they were doing that was their before we went to this foil craze. They would have a theme for the month. Like Marvel would be doing the timeless variants this month, or DC would have the 90s retro covers, and you would have a set amount. Okay, for the next 4 weeks, if I collect them all, I'll have 10, 12 cover collection of that theme. That gives people something to chase. I feel like you would probably make more money giving someone a finite number to go after.
And what about the embossed covers? Like I always remember that Punisher 75 from the Verse volume, where it's just an all black cover. His silhouette is just white. He's just got the big silver knife. So it's literally just the knife that's embossed, and it's got the foil. Like stuff like that was cool.
But
back in the day.
I'd much rather be able to have like hey, this month's thing is like we're gonna get these special foil covers rather than have a bunch of freaking Disney recreating Disney characters recreating classic covers.
Good for the kids, but yeah, not for us. That's stupid. I don't like them.
Favorite, Scott says his favorite's lenticular. See, I don't know. Lenticular, my problem with them is that they often just don't. It's like, no, that doesn't bug me. It's the fact
I love it, dude. As a kid, I would sit there and just do that.
It's the fact that it's like it's always like really difficult. It's like you're always seeing like when I'm looking at it, it always seems like I'm seeing the combination of both images. It's like really hard trying to get just the right angle so I can see the two different images. And it was always some garbage version that you saw because their lenticular was poorly done or whatever.
I think the ones they did the basic where it was like they just changed the pose slightly, like, but there was still the same sort of cover, like that would sort of work. But when you're looking like, I know that they did some, I don't know, what about a decade ago? I know Ken Lashley did a pile of them where it'd be like an old book and the current book sort of as like two lenticulars, and it was very hard to distinguish between the two.
Yeah. So, die cuts. Hoarders High talked about die cuts. I had recently. I've seen a couple die cuts. There's an ASM one, it wasn't ASM. It was Nonstop Spider-Man had a die cut.
That's right. I think I actually picked that up. I think had the blue cover with just the cut out of the spider in the middle.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember that Wolverine. I think it was Wolverine 50 from the first volume.
Oh yeah, that one.
The yellow one with the code name.
And Sabretooth 1.
Mm-hmm.
There were some cool ones back then.
No, I'm mixing something else, but yeah, some are good, like 3D. Yeah, metal covered books. Yeah, I don't know. They're all just run up the price of the books too. That's the other problem. I don't, because like it's like getting out like foil books, like the foil covers. It's like anywhere from $7 to $9, and it's like, I don't feel like a 32-page book I should be paying that kind of money.
I was flipping through what book was this? An older book. I was doing a page count on it. And with ads, it was only 28 pages, and it was from the 80s.
Sorry. I was scrolling on the other side, and there's like some girl on a dunk tank thing that was getting like trying to get back up on the seat, and every time she get back up on the seat
over and over.
Yeah.
You'd have the caption of what did this guy have against her?
Or something like that, yeah. I think this man has personal issues with her. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point the wig even comes off, looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
I was worn out yesterday and didn't watch the new Monarch episode. I'm excited to dive into that at some point today as well. I don't know if y'all have caught up on that or anything. It's episode 8 dropping, so it's at the point where people can hit that free membership and get caught up and ride to the end of the show.
What's that Apple on? Is that yes? I don't have Apple TV.
Yeah, I didn't either until this. I didn't ever see a need for it. But there's been a couple of shows and movies that came along like, oh, I definitely want to check that out. And then I'm like, oh, it's on Apple TV. I can't watch it. One thing I thought was cool, if you don't even have the app on your phone, if you just go to the website through your browser and you start watching something and you exit, it does mini player through the browser even, which is pretty cool. Because some apps, when you're trying to watch something, they don't have that mini player feature. I'm like, yeah, I have to watch this never, I guess. That mini player features life.
Inside my no, I haven't even heard of that one.
Get off my screen. Inside Man. Go away.
Not familiar. I'm looking it up. Meow.
Right, meow.
Stanley Tucci. Right, meow. Is that David Tennant? Yeah, it's Stanley Tucci and Davy Tennant.
Huh.
The best Doctor Who.
An American death row prisoner with a sideline and solving mysteries helps a young British journalist search for a friend who's suddenly something.
All right. Well, Ben, if we ever see you post one, we're going to call you out on it now.
Whoa, you hokey bastard.
So you obviously went collecting books in the 90s then.
Give them the mini player only available on a paid account. I don't have non-paid accounts for anything. Stanley Tucci, yeah. She said it's so good. I'm watching her Vampire metal cover for less than 15.
Haven't you heard of Stan Lee? Stanley Tucci?
Stanley Tucci.
Sorry. Oh, Big Bang reference.
What are some of your what are you hoping for next year, Spidey? Some of the stuff you're aiming for?
I'd like to say one more of the ASM run. One of the
You're
three.
missing 3, right?
3 issues is all I'm down to now. And I'd absolutely love to cross off Spotlight 5 because that is one of my, like, besides, like, I have a lot of big books obviously that I'm chasing, but besides the Spidey run, like Tomb of Dracula 10 and Spotlight 5 were 2 of my favorite books that I wanted to get, and obviously I crossed off Tomb of Dracula 10 really early this year. But Spotlight 5 would be a
that book is so far down right now, it is insane.
Yeah, I've been noticing
You get like a mid-grade for like between $500 and $600
on what?
Marvel Spotlight 5.
Where are you shopping that you can find it for $500?
You go look. I saw a post yesterday that had like a, hold on.
It's Izzy.
Yeah, you gotta turn your Bluetooth off, Izzy. I saw a post yesterday that had like, I think it was like a 6.0 and they're asking $650.
Morning, guys.
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds crazy because
it is, because just last month it was like $950 or something.
At the beginning of the year, a 6.0 was going for like 11. That was at the very beginning of the year. Because that's a book that I've been watching, trying to finish out my Ghost Rider run. I've been watching it for years.
I thought you had a Spotlight 5.
No, I have a Ghost Rider 1 that we had this conversation.
I just picked up a Marvel Spotlight 5 this year in a mid-grade. So I'm like,
yeah, it was a bad year to pick it up early. Well, not really, because you got it cheaper than you would have got it if you picked it up earlier than that.
I bundled it with my Fantastic Four 48.
Yeah, I still need a Ghost Rider 1 as well. But yeah, Spotlight 5 would be the other ultimate book. Like
Spotlight 6 is dirt cheap.
The second, yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I picked up an 8 something, 8.0 or 8.5 for like $300.
Yeah, do I have a 6? I think I might have a 6, maybe. Or maybe it's a 7 or an 8. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Pull out the good old CLZ app.
Rob, I could have been crisscrossing my brain.
I think you're wrong, sir.
3.5. Yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a 5.0 is like $1,200. $1,200.
5.0s, I'm looking. 5s are the last sold for a 5 was on 12.12 for $900.
Oh no, I have an 8, 9, a 10, and 11, but I don't have anything.
No, I'm
lower
sorry.
than
The last sell on a 5.0 was $840. Last sell on a 5.5 was $900. Last sell on a 4 was $8.
So I'm still up for a pretty penny to try and get one. But obviously I'm wanting a raw one. But
But I don't know. These different sites will give you different data, but I'm looking.
Yeah, well,
at
I'm looking right
looking
now
at
because
cover price.
I'm not on my main computer, so I'm just was looking real quick in Shortbox, and
Mhm.
for them 5.5, the last data they have is 11.9,
Mhm.
and that's $1,200 on
Yeah, I
a
got 12.19 for 9.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
there,
book is on
I
a
think
massive
Shortbox is a little
decline, and
bit
I got
behind.
a buddy who's a vendor, Smasher Comics, who tends to have it. I'm hopefully going to grab one of those off of him, but I'm kind of waiting till after the first of the year. Like Heroes Con just times out well with everything. It's like a month after Masters tournament and stuff like that, and we'll see.
No, I've
I wasn't expecting to finish off Swamp Thing this year, but I did. I got the first appearance of Swamp Thing, completing that run.
the House of Secrets book.
So that's the thing, like having goals. Like it's always, because I just shop where the deals are. I'm like trying to. There's so much that I enjoy and so much that I collect. You know what I mean? Like I want to get the Brave and the Bold 28 still. That's been on the radar. You know, I want to get
right.
Marvel Spotlight 5. Swamp Thing was on the radar. It's like, which works out better because if you're not just like I need this one book and you end up, all right, well here it is. Let me figure out how to afford it. Well, that's right there, and I need that too, and I can get that one for dirt cheap right now. I'll go with that one.
That's
And
what I've been
that's
saying. Like all of last year for me was I had a list. I probably had like at any given time there was anywhere from 20 to 30 books on that list. I had I had done the research of figuring out what grade range sold for what, where was that nexus of value and where I was willing to spend. List and had out what the price ranges were, and I would track them periodically. And I just kind of go through them, and then when you'd find something hit that price or that you could get for the price that you wanted and the grade you want, then that was the one that I went with next. And then sometimes it would cause me to go down some rabbit holes, like the Captain America has become a happy little rabbit hole where I've decided I'm going to pick up probably the first 20 to 25 issues, because I'm almost halfway there already, and that's where a bulk of the keys are, and I can get them all in 9. Anything from when I'm done with it, for the most part, there's a couple 8s and 8.5s, but most of them will be like 9.0, 9.2 copies that I'm able to get for a very reasonable price. Same thing with like Eternals. It's like now's that everybody gave up on that thing now, which is great. That means like I'm fine. I found a couple, books like 9.4s for like $35, $45.
Yeah, Eternal
like,
books are like super cheap.
I'm happy at that point I don't care if they're not going to come back around to it. At that point, that's a price now that's to add it is still a nice key to have to your collection. So
I think
Well,
New Gods
you're
books
gonna
are
have
pretty
to
good
stop
too.
and look back on your collection
New
and
Gods,
reevaluate the way that you collect. And what I mean by that is like, because I notice you're buying like a lot of slabs, and like for anybody that buys a lot of slabs, like how do you like evaluate? It's going to hit a tipping point, like myself included. Like you're going to have to like, all right, I need more raw. The raw book to slab ratio is not like working for the space provided for me anymore, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to like start shifting. All right, that's a key, yeah, but it's a minor key and it's not worth anything. And do I want that plastic case taking up that space, or am I going to need that space for something of a higher caliber?
I'll be honest. I prefer buying raw and then slabbing. It's just better for me.
it depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes if the value, like if I'm picking up a book and it's $45 as a 9.2, 9.4 already graded, I'll do that because it's going to cost me almost that much by the time I ship it and get it
especially
graded
for
and everything
modern.
else. And even
Yeah, modern books, yeah. But
well,
like,
no, I'm talking about Bronze Age books, buddy.
Okay. Okay. I see what
And even still, like some of these Captain Americas, where I can get what I know is already graded a near mint minus book for $150. Again, I'm gonna pay if somebody wants it raw. They want to sell it to me for 90. And I gotta factor in what's it gonna cost me to get it cleaned, pressed, and get it graded and shipped. I go, okay, it's going to be cheaper for me just to buy the graded because some of these guys on these, I mean, you can find really good deals on Raws, but a lot of people sometimes they're asking, damn near close to the graded price for the Raws as well.
And real quick, Dustin Comics just popped in the chat. He did a real fun live stream last night with one of his homies. If y'all haven't heard of his channel, he does a lot of collection reading. He does a lot of trade paperback pickups and reviews and stuff like that, as well as movie reviews. Really fun channel. I just dropped his link in the chat.
Yeah.
Hit that chat link. I know a lot of people hopped over onto his live last night and hung out for a little bit, but give him a sub up real quick. That'd be super cool of you guys. Appreciate it.
I was literally we're literally at the mechanic picking up Beck's car from being a service. I saw Mark's message. I'm like, I'm hanging outside waiting for Beck. I'll jump in for
it was a fun stream.
So going back to the comment, it's like one of the things I don't really like as much is when you go to a dealer and they're giving you slab prices for raw books and they're telling you, well, there's a solid 9.0, there's a solid 9.2.
Right.
Welcome
I
to
personally,
Australia.
I personally do not like that because who are you to tell me what grade it really is based on what you think? No,
well,
what?
that's all the
judge
CGC is based on what they think. So
well,
I mean,
exactly, it's still subjective, right? It's not
right.
It's not something that it's actually what it is. And you know what? One of the things I hate is like you tell me, "Oh, this book is a 9.4." It's like, no, it's not. It's it is what it is. It's a book. It looks good. If it looks sharp, I'll give you the price that it is for fair market value. Don't try to overcharge me, and that's what some of these guys try to do. That was one of the problems that we had in Big Apple. That a lot of these dealers were just giving you these prices where it was like, oh yeah, it's cost
like that. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like,
some of those some cons you go to. Like I went out to Fan Expo, it was like that. It was very much people trying to make their money back. I mean, I remember there was one guy even like I walked up to his booth and he had a Fantastic Four 52 there, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, what are you asking for on that? And he goes like $2,500. I said $2,500. It was a raw book. I said, well, what grade do you think it is?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, that's a solid 4.55. And I was
4.55.
You want two? And this was like just we're talking November of this year, and he's trying to get like $2,000 for a freaking raw lower mid grade, F52. I'm gonna go, all right, cool, thanks. He's all, oh, you can make me an offer. I said, no. We're way too far apart. I'm not even gonna play this game.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
$500 for it.
Exactly.
So it's like you got. It depends on the con too, right? So I think what one of the things I like about cons like Heroes, which we have over here with Terrific Con, which I think is the closest thing, is that because they're competing amongst themselves, they'll give you better pricing. Where you have a con like Fan Expo, which has one or two dealers. Let's be honest, Fan Expo don't have a lot. You got these guys who's trying to justify the price of their table, but at the same time, they're also, they don't have the competition there to say, hey, I'll drop the price. When someone tells me, I look at a book and it says how much you want with that book, and it says, well, the price is on it. I was like, no.
Yeah, I think some of those guys they're just looking to they're looking based off of.
I'm just gonna buy the book at a fair price. If I could buy it lower than fair market, I'm happy. If I buy it at fair market, depends on how much I want that book. But I'm not going over.
Some of those guys have carried that book for a while now, and they've just not repriced it and don't want to be bothered, and they just want to make their money back. They want to make what they want to make off of it and hope to find the sucker.
I had this conversation with a dealer at Terrificon this past summer, and his response.
Dealer?
Yeah, a comic dealer.
Okay, just making sure.
Sorry, yeah, I guess it could have been a card dealer, huh?
It could be a drug dealer.
Oh,
I don't know what kind of dealers you have in your life.
I guess.
Writers are letterers are well known for their drug use.
Yes, caffeine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Performance enhancing drugs.
Could be like
Uh,
those armband dealers, because I know you like them. So
we were talking
they
about.
need it,
I
man.
told him that I felt like he had some of the most fair prices in the room, and he said his comment was, "Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a loss on these books, but would I rather take that small loss, get the cash in my pocket now, and put it towards something else, or just hold on to it forever?"
Right. That's a guy who understands inventory. Sometimes there's a cost to hold goods, right? That gets lost. Some people think there's their cost of acquisition is an element of your cost, and then there's your cost to sit there and hold on it. Ties up your capital.
And don't
And that you
forget
can't.
the shipping and handling fees as well. DJ Links reminded me of those one time.
Oh yeah, you're moving. Especially if you're going back and forth these cons, right? You're transporting all these things back and forth. You're storing them in the interim, whether you're storing them in your shop, whatever else. You're handling. You're
Hey,
you're
Sean.
handling these things all the time, and it's tied up your inventory, your capital. Most comic book dealers have finite amount of capital available to them, right? And so it's a matter of, if I want to acquire new things, I have to sell what I have.
Spidey, can you
Can't.
send Zars the link?
Yeah.
So we end up with a
I have him
situation
on my
where
queue.
some dealers just are focused on, well, I paid X for this, so I have to be fixated on that, versus understanding that, no, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. You're right. You know what? I've had this for a little bit. The market's not where it was. That's on me. But let me just move this on. Let's just cut my losses, move on, and let's go ahead and get the next thing where I can make some money.
That's fair.
But yeah,
That
turn your
that
inventory.
market not where it was
Hey
thing
guys,
is,
I got a bad connection going on here, so
Really? We hadn't noticed.
didn't
I'll
notice
see
it
you guys. I
all.
got a bad connection, so
All right, Izzy.
yeah,
Who knew?
yeah. I'll enjoy Godzilla today.
Peace.
Finally, later, guys.
That market not where it was has really been the biggest hang up I'm seeing with a lot of sellers these days. Even as early as last year, people like having books listed at insane prices, and then they give you the BS, like they want to sit there and haggle out the side of their neck, and then they find when Pops was with me, like I was looking at a first appearance of Dead Man, and he had this astronomical price on it, and I'm like, I was going back and forth with him for a second, and finally he just said, "Dude, I bought that during the lockdown for this much money." I'm like, I don't give a shit. And that
That's your
has nothing to
problem.
do. Yeah, I said that has nothing to do with the price of the book. Do you plan on keeping it in your personal collection because you have it on display to sell? It wasn't even it was like 3 times the price of the book that he had it listed for. And it was the only copy that I saw in there. So I was happy to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, he just thinks that hopefully somebody will be silly, right? Somebody's comes in that's fixated on that book. He's got the only copy, and somebody just has to have it, that they'll overpay for it.
A lot of us that hang out on this platform are really in tune with the resources at hand, but there's plenty of people in this hobby that don't hang out with other people in this hobby, that don't sit there and subscribe to cover price. They've never heard of Go Collect. They just see books, they see prices on books, and they buy them. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just that's the kind of shopper that he's looking for.
Look, and I get some of these guys, when you go to a con, some of these books are going to be high just simply because they don't, they bring a lot of books, and if they've got them all tagged and priced, they're not constantly updating it for every single show. The prices change constantly, they're dynamic and stuff. Some of these guys I know haven't, that's why you'll see, whole bins just say like, 15%, 10% off or 20% off or whatever, a price marked, because rather than just go through and reprice everything again, they're just going like, what, I've been moving these books around, I want to move them, just go from there. Right. But yeah, you
remember during the lockdown, Rob, every one of these shady dealers, and I'm saying shady dealers because it was the real life pieces of shit that were doing it, because respectable dealers don't have the time of day to do it, but they were posting all the memes with Fat Joe and stuff, or with big DJ Khaled and stuff. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. You don't see that shit now, do you? You don't.
Oh,
see
I don't. I also
now,
don't
do you?
see. I don't see signs that this is. I don't see as many posts of people with signs saying, you know, we're gonna check prices at the register.
Yeah, no, they don't want to do that, do they? Sure, don't see that anymore. We need to get shirts for Heroes Con that says Comics 101. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Or that would be a good one. Please look up price on eBay and walk around with that.
Fuck eBay. I don't care what. I don't want to look up price because then they'll just look
That
up
would
what's it
be
sell. Oh
hilarious.
yeah, because I've done that. I've at their booth and they go, oh yeah, I'm looking on eBay and I don't. The cheapest one I see is $8,000. So it's like, yeah, but there's two of them and those people are idiots. Let's look at what they fucking actually sell for, man. Not what people are asking, because people ask
It
the
says
moon.
price check, please. Price check, please.
Because that's the problem. Like right now, like I can sit there and tell you because I just recently was doing
Jeremy,
this with ASM3.
Jeremy,
Hey.
have you, Jeremy? I see your page every day and I chuckle because you be listing books for 1997 on Instagram, and I seen you do that enough times, like $12.34 for this book. I'm like, where did it change? What? So I went and actually looked up on eBay. The last sold for $13. Get it from Jeremy for $12.37. Like it's lower. It's definitely lower. My man's. He must be working on a percentage. Cracked me up, dude.
No, it's just like, man, you get those, get that shit. It's just crazy.
He knows it. Last sold for $13, but you can get from your $12.37. No shipping or no
Every
handling
penny adds
fees.
up.
Yeah, no handling fees.
But I mean, I was like looking at ASM3s again recently, as I do. And like I said, I'm talking about like the reality is it's been the last couple sales have been around $1,200 to $1,300 range for like a 2.5. And if you go online and look, 2.5, if you're just looking at selling, the cheapest one right now is like $1,999. It's like, okay, well, you're almost double what the actual sell price is. So yeah, if I'm a dealer, I'm going, oh well, man, I'll sell it to you for $1,800. That's cheaper than the cheapest one on eBay. Well, I don't care what that is. I care about what it actually what's the market price, and even better yet, what am I going to pay you? What do I want to pay? Sometimes it's even forget market price. I don't value it that high. So here's what I value it at.
Good morning, Czars. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Hey,
This is
young guy.
Czars' first time on the channel, and I want to be clear. Is Sean Czars Spidey?
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I just call him Czars.
Hmm.
But I just pinned it in the comments. Spidey dropped the link to his channel. If y'all don't know, now you know. Czars is another YouTuber here. It's the first time him coming on to my channel. I've hung out with him on Spidey's channel, and I think even on his channel one time or a couple times, or at least in his chat. But I just pinned the link to his channel in the chat so you can find it easily. If you haven't subbed him up, please go ahead and do so. There's 22 people watching. There's got to be at least a few of y'all that haven't subbed him up yet.
He's on the road to 200 at the moment, so if we can get him a bit closer to that, that would be awesome.
Thank you very much, guys.
And then you get closer to you doing your giveaway show.
Yeah, I've started getting the stuff ready for the giveaway. So
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So I've got a whole bunch in there.
He's at 170. Let's try to push him to 200 today. Share him out if you haven't already.
If I'm at 170, that means I got 4 subs already.
Well, let's at least get to 175 real quick. There are 5 of y'all out there.
Sean, like myself, he will ship international for winners because Aussies don't skim. And
I appreciate that, my nerdy collection.
Hold on.
And neither does Rob.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, wait a second here.
You had to let me finish my sentence. And if you're a Legion member, Mark won't skimp either.
Yes, I will not.
Yeah.
I don't.
JB's a dodgy bastard.
I'm pretty certain I just shipped like a package to Spidey that cost like $170.
Oh wow, you ship directly to Mad Spidey and then go, oh, I'm shipping it to Rob and letting Rob ship it to you.
No, I shipped it to
No, Pops actually did it.
Well, no, I dropped it off to Pops because I worked so much. Yeah, I paid it. And
but Pops pays like expensive shipping.
No, Rob. No, Rob. That's how much the package would have cost to ship to him. It was $170 package that we pirate shipped to him.
Okay, because I see the last time I got like Pop's mystery box, like the postage was printed on the box, and I was like, oh, damn, it was like
so since then,
full-blown retail.
We've
Learned.
upgraded to
Okay.
the pirate ship stuff. But you gotta think, and what I shipped to Spidey was also like a 15-20 pound box.
Okay.
With a slab with also Spidey. I think I forgot to send the pack of the Green Lantern rings. I
No,
forgot
120 doesn't sound
But
out
it
of
was-
line sending a package to.
It was a stack of comics this tall with like 6 square bound books in it, a slab in it, a stack of comics in it, a couple of keys. I think you got the Monica Rambeau key set in there as well.
Yeah, I
You
know. I had a
should
look
know.
through. That video will be dropping very shortly, the unboxing, and I actually, a little spoiler alert, it actually threw me because the box, and Sean will know who they are, the box actually was an Australian retailer box.
Yeah.
It was a pop culture box, which is an Australian big collectible retailer, and I actually did the working out. I'm like, this box would have come from Lee. It went to Tyler, and then Tyler sent it to Mark, and then Mark's now sent that box back to me.
Oh wait.
Just the outside box I'm talking about. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where that was a box from Tyler, I think, because if you, I didn't even put it in a short, but when I posted this, Tyler sent me a box that had this flamingo in that Action Comics 1 like treasury size book that doesn't have the treasury border. And that has to be correct. It was a Tyler box.
Because when I took the obviously the labels off, so when I was taping it, so obviously nobody's seeing addresses.
You're a regular old Bobo.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that has really done the rounds.
It gets around as much as JB.
I'm like, I have not ordered anything from Pop Culture. What the fuck? When somebody just sent me a mystery box or something from Pop Culture, and then I saw the label on it and went, this is interesting.
Maybe that prison continent should stop raking all the wins.
Yeah,
Hashtag tainted history, right?
The weirdest thing I get is when I ship. When I ship to Australia and the UK, and when I have to ship there using UPS, is they got these stupid laser things that supposedly like double check the package dimensions and the weight and stuff, and I will take a box that has labeled that says it's 15 by 10 by 5. It's written on the box by the manufacturer, the size of the box. I've measured it. It's the same box. And I've sent it to them, and then they always like come back with like, oh, you're getting adjusted on your ship box. We said it was 16 by something. It's like, and I have to sit there and file a complaint or file a dispute with the UPS to stupid annoying.
Our post office does the same thing here.
But yeah, shipping to Australia, $80 to $120, depending upon what you're doing, depending on how big the package is and everything else. Shipping with the UPS is pretty standard for me. Going to Mad Spidey, that's been.
I shipped to Spidey and Lee in the same day, and Spidey's package made it all the way to Melbourne before Lee's package left Florida.
And when I ship to Lee, actually, it's far cheaper for me to ship to Lee via U.S. mail than UPS, whereas Spidey is cheaper for me to ship UPS instead of mail.
Because Sydney and Melbourne have got the two major
international. Spidey's got to him quicker because I did the same thing. His went UPS.
UPS gets it much faster than the mail does. The mail will take almost a month, whereas the UPS will take 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, I think on average it's usually about a week. About 7 or 8 days. But the quickest I've had it from Rob is about 5 days.
Yeah. So my C3 stuff from you guys came within 4 days.
Yeah.
This year. So
What'd you pick up?
He had a couple slabs and.
Yeah, I had the Batman slab, and I got some stuff from Brian. I got a whole bunch of stuff.
That is a ridiculously impressive display right there.
The main things.
It looks like an LCS. It looks like a legit shop.
Oh yeah, you got that.
Oh, dope.
That one is dope. Yeah.
The Batman Club.
That one I would kind of kick myself for having given that one up.
Don't kick yourself. We'll kick you for it.
And Mr. Miracle.
Oh, super dope. Yeah. Who's that signed by? No, that's not signed. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
That's
is. It's
fine.
signed.
I thought that one
Yeah,
was signed.
this was one of the ones I think you weren't sure.
Yeah,
Exactly
Izzy,
who it was signed?
Izzy knows who signed it because it came from Izzy.
That has to be Grant Morrison, right? Did Grant Morrison write that?
I think so. It was late in the night when I bought it, so I can't exactly remember. Got the Spider-Man
The
Nice.
Rocket League, yeah.
and
Oh, Miko.
Yeah.
Avengers books, and I got a whole bunch. I got some from Brian, and I want to give away from Durs
You made out like a
in
bandit.
it. So picked
Oh,
up
yeah,
a
well,
bit.
Zars heard that shipping was included and was like, "Oh, suckers!"
Now's the time. Red team move.
Oh, that reminds me, Rob. You might be getting a package from Austin at some point. 'cause-
I already know. He notified me it was shipping.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah,
So-
he said
Yeah,
he was
I
gonna- 'cause-
forgot to tell you, Simon, that I told him just to do whatever he's going to do with yours.
Yeah, I just said.
And
yeah,
if I owe you
just send
anything,
mine,
just
mine
let
and
me know.
Sean's. Just send mine and Sean's to Rob, and we'll work it out from there.
Yeah.
I'll win on only slabs soon. I'm due for another win.
You'll win the day after I ship out your.
I know. And I have to speak to Taylor too, because Taylor, I am wanting that book that we spoke about on Spidey's Outback
All right.
last.
I'll
last week.
I'll hold it then when it gets here. For right now,
I just
No
have to wait
rush
till next-
on my half.
I expect
So-
that if Austin sent it like yesterday or the day before yesterday, then I should have it today probably because Arizona
It's
to
only
here.
it's only three raw books, I think, so it's not much.
Yeah, but Arizona to here is only like a 2 to even if he sent it ground, it's only like a 2 to 3 day, unless it gets hung up in LA.
Or it goes to Georgia for some strange reason.
Jesus.
that was painful that time.
Dude, things go to Georgia and get lost.
I've told y'all since the day I met y'all, this is the Bermuda Triangle of the USPS right here. Between like Georgia, Macon,
You and
Atlanta.
Kansas.
Don't let your mail
Don't
get too
forget
close
Kansas.
to the gravitational pull will pull it in.
I have had many packages end up in Kansas and get hung up there for a week. Out here, we get rid of them lickety split.
Yeah, so I got something from Steve like 2 years ago, and he mailed it out, and like it was a win off of Burke's channel, right? And he messages me like a couple weeks later, he's like, "Hey man, that package show up? I didn't see a video, or you didn't say nothing." I'm like, "No, I ain't got here yet." He's like, "It ain't there." I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, let me check on it." And he checked on it. He's like, "Yeah, it looks like it's in Kansas." So blah, blah, blah. He's like, "You want to file a claim on it? Just get the money for it?" I'm like, "No, it'll show up one day." And he thought I was being crazy. I shit you not. 2 months later, that package shows up perfectly fine. Like I just order shit and forget about it. Like there's no point in. I mean, what's the chances of me opening it anyways when it gets here, right?
That's why I do track all my packages for the most part, so that way I at least know.
Oh, I track them. I have access to see everything that I just was
Right.
looking at it too. Like I have everything filed in there, but in terms of when I expect something to show up or get to me, I set it and forget it.
Well, yeah, I do a little bit more religious about opening stuff, although I'm not the day with not the weekend it arrives. Right now, I'm surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm close to a high because I've already recorded Monday. I got about 14 packages here that are
Oh, dude,
stacked
Justin,
up.
with the volume of stuff they deal with and the volume of stuff like that we all order, it comes with the territory. I don't put it as like I don't knock the USPS for it. Stuff's going to happen. Stuff falls off belts or doesn't get put off trucks. That's why it all gets to me eventually. I don't put time frames on them, and I prefer USPS over everything as well. If I had to pick just one, that is like for most consistent, best prices, averaging out, they definitely take the cake.
No, absolutely. Performance, everything else are great. I don't have any issues with them, and I like that, especially since I have a relationship with my carrier, that he makes point of, tucking stuff out of the way. He knocks on the door every time he delivers packages, etc. UPS, FedEx, unless they have a signature required, they don't knock on the door. They they're almost as bad as Amazon, Amazon is like stealth ninjas. They don't even show up on my camera. All of a
I
sudden there's a
thought that
package.
Amazon has like the little catapult in their passenger seat now where it just slings the package.
It might be because they don't show up on my cameras. Like they somehow avoid all the cameras, and the package is just there on the porch. All of a sudden, I get a notification.
I wonder if you have the drone delivery thing.
That's what I was just about to say.
They have the drone delivery stuff.
No, because I'll see the truck when I go to the camera, I see the truck on the street.
Yeah,
but it's like all of a sudden it's like the package.
When you hear footsteps on your roof and it's not December, that's your Amazon package being delivered.
But it's like, the US, the only thing is with the US mail, like I said, I know that for me shipping out, not a problem. I ship out, things get where they need to go generally pretty fast, especially if I ship priority. If I ship ground, then to the south, it's slow. The rest of the country is pretty fast.
Rob, everything moves a little slower down here.
Right. But getting stuff shipped from the East Coast to me, that's more problematic because there are certain hubs that I know, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Kansas City, Georgia, these things, they slow up. They're heavy congestion points within their system, and packages, it's not that it's just that they're heavy congestion points. Yeah. And so packages tend to sit there longer before they get forwarded on.
Overworked, undermanned,
and underpaid.
Dude, everything, and I hate going back to this, but everything changed during the lockdown when it came to how mail moved, and it never went back despite like things opening back up and people being allowed to go back to work. I track my packages like a hawk. Always know when Amazon is on their way. Even then, sometimes even with caught off guard, Amazon must have training processes for being stealthy. Probably. Yep. What is going on, Cliff? Cliff, get up in here.
Yes, Mark wants you to slide up in his DMs, but not his DMs. He wants you to slide up in his video.
Slide up on my panel.
Slide up in here.
Yeah, Rob, we're also coming close to a huge anniversary for you and I. Next month will mark 3 years that this package that you sent me is still unopened.
God,
3 years, my man.
You should schedule an opening for that one then.
And it's funny you say that because
I don't want to open it now because it's actually a collector's item. It's a collector's item, Rob. I actually have multiple in there from Slab Hub.
God.
Everything that I've ever won from your Saturday show has never been opened.
Wow.
But it's not just that. I mean, I've got like 12 packages sitting here because I ran out of room in the package tower in the laundry room where they go.
Spoiler, it was a puppy.
Oh, that would have been unfortunate, right?
And the funny thing is, you might have had books in there that might have gone into spec and out of spec and then back into spec and then back out again that many times.
Well, I just remember that one of the packages out of like the 5 or 6 books, however many it is, like a little better than half of them were DC on one of them, which was awesome. And then another one of the ones was just random Marvel books and stuff. And one of them had a Miles Morales Spider-Man in it that Mr. Comics 89 wanted. He said, when you get that, open it. If you don't want that book, I'll take it. So I do remember that. Hopefully he'll still need it. It's been a while.
Yeah. You remember that book you mentioned 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Matt Spidey will need it if not.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll just wait on the market to explode again, and then I'll become rich opening these 3 packages.
Right. I'm hoping it goes down like you've been speccing, so I can get my X-Men.
Dude, I want to. Dude, I like it when it goes down. Or correcting at least. I mean, you don't want to see this stuff tank to nothing, but I appreciate a good market correction.
Oh, and if anybody's got a reasonably priced X-Men #1, please hit up Sean. That's all he needs for his run.
Last book.
Yeah, last one.
What grade are you looking for?
JB's got one.
Oh, I thought you sold your X-Men one.
No, I still have it.
But if you
What
sell it,
grade
you
do you
won't have it.
have?
Or do you already have another one?
No, so I want to sell it so I can get a higher grade.
Oh, okay.
What grade is
What
yours,
grade?
JB?
Mine's a 1.8.
That's all right. And
That's a
how much
complete copy right there.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I was looking at anywhere between a 1.5 and a 2.5.
That's exactly where a 1.8 is.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk prices. What kind of prices are you looking to get for it, JB?
I would make a very fair. Let me do some research real quick.
And then knock another 40% off that because we're in Australia and we hard to get books over here.
Instead of doing research, let's just talk with your heart, Justin.
Talking with my heart.
$1,000 American. Okay, done.
That's less than what I paid for it.
There's nothing wrong with that. 'Tis the season, am I right? Look at Zars. He's like so nervous right now. He's like, "Oh, is this the day? Is this the day?"
Well,
I don't want
I've
to cover your background. It might affect his offer. He's like, "Oh, this kid's got money."
my back.
There we go.
I've been looking on heritage auctions. They've got
Oh,
a few coming up.
That's not helping either. That now you definitely sound like you got money.
I wish.
Yeah. Ooh, I would sell it for $4,500 plus shipping.
Wow. That's
That's
like
Or how much would it cost to ship it to Australia?
Roughly 40 to $60 unless you use pirate ship, then you get it down a good bit.
You know what? Because that's such a big book, I would pay for shipping.
so 4,500. That'd be about $7,000 Australian.
A bit more. So $2,000 is 3. So be closer to about 8,
Let me have a look.
give or take.
Oh, I'm out of boards. Dang it.
4,500 is $6,634.33 Australian.
Yeah, I thought it was sort of about around.
So 6,634 Australian. All right, Justin, that's your asking price. Zars, what's your counter offer?
Well, I'm
dang it! I should have started higher.
I'm bidding on the one on Heritage Auction, and it's a 2.0, and it's at just over 3.
And how
At
much
the
time does
moment.
it have left on it?
Finishes on New Year's Day.
So it's going to go for well over that.
It's possibly.
Zars has got the sweats.
Listen, I'm not in a hurry to sell it. I'm not in a rush. It'll be here if you.
Yeah, you wait and see how that heritage ends up, and when it ends up out of the range, you know where Justin's at.
What's the percentage on the fees at Heritage? My God, at sitting at over 3,000 right now, you're already looking at over 4,500.
No, we're at 3,000. We're at 3,600 with all the fees and shit.
So you're already right there close to Justin before it even gets toward the end. So that'll probably end up going over that. Granted, it is a 2.0, but
that's probably a 2.0. I'm not probably. It is a 2.0.
I bet that 2.0 on Heritage probably ends at closer to 5 American, maybe even 6, depending on how bad people want it right now. People chasing X-Men stuff right now.
Oh, certainly. I've been looking for the whole year, and I've had one pop up, and in the last 2 months, I've been offered 5 of them. And 2 that were decently priced, and the other 3 just crazy.
Am I in the decently priced range?
Well, I wasn't including you in that one. So that's
a
just
nice way of
5.
him saying no.
You're not reasonably priced.
5 previously, but you're way better. The last one I held in my hands when I was at Canada at the Fan Expo was a 1.0 and he wanted nearly $8,000.
Let me ask.
Oh no, I'm not.
Let me ask you this, Zars. What's the number? Like there, everyone has a number for everything. He's got a 1.8
He goes Mark's
right
deal
now.
mine. There
So
we go.
he's got a 1.8. Y'all are both right here. What's the magic number that if he said it, like not jokingly, but all bullshit aside, if he said the number, you would say, "I'll take it." What would be that number?
$500.
I'd be honest. I honestly don't know because I don't have access to any of the fair market stuff besides looking on eBay. And when we look on our eBay, it's a lot harder to gauge pricing than it is for
Yeah.
you guys.
And like you've all heard me whinge about it all the fucking time. So
There you go.
The 4.5.
Go to
Is
the
that
recent.
7? 7, 8 on a 1.8.
so is that last?
Yeah, but that was in
look, now, real quick,
2022.
now look at the 1.5 and look at the 2.0. That was an anomaly on the last sell on the
Well,
1.8.
that 1.8 was back in 2022 when you look at
Yeah,
it.
that's why it's blacked out or it's faded out. So the last sold on the 2.0 is 4,960.
Yeah.
But $48.99 on a 1.5 on Christmas day, just 3 days ago.
On Boxing Day.
And yeah, so and 3,500 on a 1.0. Wow. Go to this.
Wow.
Go up and mark and hit the sales history, so you can see what. And then scroll down in that range there. Let's scroll down. Yeah, to the.
I've never been on this page before in my life.
Oh, this is where I like to go because then you go here. Now you can go to your 2 or your 1.8 or whatever, and you can see. Oh, forget the 1.8. Let's go up because that's 2022. Let's go to that 2. Yeah, so your 2.0. So 49, 42, 5, 48, 42. So your sales from September to current, you're talking anywhere from 4 to 5 is the range with the median price about 4,500.
So Justin's trying to sell you a 2.0 is what Rob's saying.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
And here I thought I was being fair.
Hey, Justin, yesterday's prices are not today's.
Sorry.
And he's trying to sell it to you for fair market value. Come on, where's the friends and family discount?
Yeah.
Don't let me get Mark to haggle for Sean because then it'll be all you'll end up selling to him for like $2,000.
Well, I mean, if that's what it's worth, that's what it's worth, Spidey.
I mean, the 1.8s are tough because those prices
How
are
do-
all
where the-
old too.
I'm trying to see like the what do you call it? The how this is laid out. Like, maybe bigger.
Well, this just shows you within the thing they're showing you sales from newest to oldest, but they don't have any 1.8s since July 2022 listed here.
Yeah, and before that, it went to 2021. So you get no data on the 1.8.
You got nothing current, so that's
Let's look at the
that's where
1.5.
this is. Cover price is not the greatest, right? This is where some people prefer GPA analysis, some other stuff. But if you're using this, you can sit there and say, okay, well, great. 2.0, we had some solid data. Now do we have 1. Or you got 1.5?
We only got 2 in 2023.
1.5 though, we have several data points here too that are recent. Anywhere
That's
from
across the top. Never mind. Okay, it
for-
goes from left to right, then top to bottom.
newest back is on your left top and goes down.
Yep.
So you're seeing still, this is where we see this compression of pricing that occurs in these low grades because this is where people are buying because
They can get in.
they can get in. So you have a 1.5 selling from 4 to 5, which is the same price range that you can get a 2.0, right? So a 1.5 to a 2.0, those books, if you can get it between 4 to 5K, that's just what they're all going for in that range. And part of that's going to be because also, there's a grade is just a number. There's how does it actually end up presenting? Because like I was just looking just now on my comics shop, they have a 2.5 and it's there, but the book looks bad. It's got a lot of fade.
Is it on
the color.
auction?
No, it's just a listed price. They're asking 5,600 for it.
Oh, that's a consignment, I bet.
Yeah, but they're but it was just looking as a point of reference, right?
Yeah.
But they have a 2.5, but it's faded out as hell, right? And so a book, when you sit some of these low points, these are ones that could be really have a ton of front cover issues versus back cover issues or spine splits or something else that when you encapsulate it, you could have a beautiful looking book, but it's got a 3-inch spine split, so it knocks the grade way down, but ultimately presents really well. So that's why you're going to have this range, especially in this 1.5 to 2.5 range.
And you'll probably find that maybe, like I've heard you say this before, Rob, if you probably went up to a 2.5 or a 3, you'll probably see the prices all over there, because I remember you saying quite often recently, if you go to a higher grade, some people don't necessarily look at those grades because they think they're priced out, and sometimes you pick up a better bargain.
Sometimes you can, but also it just comes to it's a value ratio, right? So, like I said, you have price compression that occurs on these really big books in the 1.5 to 3.5 range, where things are really narrow, and then you start to get an area where, and this is where I mentioned it earlier this morning. I said nexus of price versus value. Right, where you start to see, if you scroll up, say, Mark, let's look at a 5, for example.
Real quick, the 3.0 oldest sell $13,000, newest sell 5,000. Jesus,
well, that's 2021.
Well,
sometimes you don't know. That could have also been assigned by Stan Lee or something, for all you know. But all right,
I think I just saw Grails had a 4.0 for 9 listed yesterday.
So here a book we see, this is jumping up quite a bit, 5K, 5.0 at 12K. So it looks like on this one we have a big jump there. Go down.
These are all over the place. I'm seeing 28,000, 13,000.
Well,
26.
but no, these are those are because at 12. You don't look at the ones from 2022.
I was looking at 2021. That's
2021, 2022. And again, there's no delineation here that tells us, are those signed books? Are they signed by Stan Lee? Are they something else that's going on that's special, unique about it?
Well, it's also during the bubble.
Right. But when you look at that one, like I see like a $29,000 book, and I see like the next month, a week later, one sells for half the price, right? Why is that? Is it just happened to be the way it was, or was there something unique and special about
they're
that?
consistent, 27, 30, 28.
Well, no, I was looking at 2022, right? I see a $28,899 sandwiched between two prices at 15,000, essentially, right? Why is that one double the price? What was unique about it? I don't know from this data, but that's why looking at individual sales.
It's crazy that they don't list just signature series. Like, how hard is that to put just like a parentheses with an S or something?
Cover price is not the greatest. Okay, I was just this is where Go Collect did have data that was related to whether it was you could look at signature series, you could look at refurbished, you can look at different stuff. I think the Go Collect, as far as some of these, was a better platform. The only reason I use Cover Price is because of the integration with CLZ. But I think and while I do like it from a raw book perspective, that they're trying to parse out, what raw books are to some degree, Cover Price has a long way to go. In reality, it requires a lot. You really have to look at the data and fill in some of the blanks. Go Collect was much better at taking data and saying, okay, like here's a sale. Like we were just looking at this X, when you go back to your FMV page, right, where you had that 1.8, that there was nothing recent. So you just go back a page.
Yeah, well, you look at it here. Last one was 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one sell in all of 2021.
Right. So it set that value up based off of that. Well, you could, when you're looking at your list and you saw, the 1.5 and even the ones above it were lower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go Collect had figured out a way where they look at the books around it and adjust to fill in those blanks based on a formula. Cover price doesn't do that. So cover price requires you to have to do that kind of filling in the blanks, make yourself logical. Okay, a 1.8 to 7.8. Why would that be so much more? Oh, it's 2022. Okay, so I can't take that data point. I have to throw that out the window, right? The fact that even a lot of their FMV seem to be really tied to really recent book sales. I think that they only look at like the last 90 days when they calculate their FMV, and even that may not even be accurate. So it's a tool. It's not a Bible, and even for that matter, the Bible's
It's a guide, yeah.
it's a tool in your chest, and I like to use a variety of them.
Here's what matters, Czars. With this newfound information, this newfound lease on life, having experienced what the American internet has to offer, what do you have to say to Justin?
I will have a think about it
There you go.
because I wasn't
So in other words,
exactly.
Justin, you got to bring it down.
I wasn't exactly planning on buying it this year, considering that I got 2, 4,
Well, how
and
convenient
7.
for you. There's only 48 hours left of this year.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Buy it on Tuesday morning and you're good to go.
Shit, buy
Yeah.
it.
So we'll see how
You
things
can do
pan
something
out.
with these, Ours. You can buy it next year for you and this year for Justin. Have a tricky time travel purchase. That'd be cool, right? The book could
Yeah.
travel through time. That would be a great video.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll connect with Justin and get some photos and have a look at it and make a decision.
Because I know X-Men 1 is notoriously known for faded covers too, so there's like some of them can look really horrible presenting.
Marvel and their paper quality. Am I right?
Well,
Cliff, good morning.
Good morning.
at what grade is it guaranteed to be not complete?
0.5 is typically not complete.
Mhm.
So one could be hit and miss.
Yeah, if you have like a 1.5 or better, it should be guaranteed to.
Well, even a
pretty
1.0,
good.
1.0s are usually complete, but
Yeah, that 0.5 is normally reserved for. You can have like a corner ripped off or something like that, and still get those 1.8s. Like my Brave and the Bold 26 is a 1.8. My Swamp Thing is I think a 1.8, which I picked specifically because on Swamp Thing the back cover, the bottom right is just had a square missing out of the back cover, affecting nothing. No pictures on it, no inside ad, no nothing. I'm like, I'll take that one over that 3.0 because it presents better and it's like hundreds of dollars cheaper.
Yeah. Well, that's why the 2.0 on Heritage presents really well. It's just got a little bit missing in the top front cover.
Yeah.
More importantly, you bought 2, 4. Which other
2, 4 were the big purchases this year. But I had 7 books at the start of the year, and I've gotten 6 out of the 7.
What's the last one?
Oh,
you're collecting like Rob does. Jesus.
What's the last of the books? Is it X-Men 1 is the last one?
That is the last
Yeah.
book for each
Bro,
run.
do not end this year. You can't start 2024 like that, having
What?
come so close to being a goal setter, being someone who gets it done. Do you
Yeah.
GFD or not? Justin,
Everything
like-
Ackerman says about Mark is true.
So you're
It's been
telling
a
Rob,
crazy year.
Robbie, he needs to pick up number 3 in the next 48 hours. Is that what
No,
you're
no,
saying?
no.
Yeah. If Rob gets the number 3, I'll get the number 1.
I
I'm off-
tabled number 3 for 2020.
heading to short box right now. Let's do
well,
this. Yeah, y'all got my blood pumping. I'm not even spending
Short
money.
box does not have an ASM3 worth having. Trust me.
Okay, not going to short box.
I've been looking, Mark. I'm constantly looking. I just was looking hard the other day, but there is a first Solomon Grundy available on short box right now.
Fuck me in the beard. How many thousands of dollars they want for that?
$12K.
Poof. What is
I'm
it,
sorry.
like
I'm sorry. 11.5.
Is it a 4.0?
No, it's a 3.0.
Oh, I was close. Them Golden Age DC keys, they ain't playing, are they? God damn. X-Men 1, 5K. How about this 3.0?
Oh, that's mine. That X-Men 1 on Shortbox is mine.
Oh, I was just throwing
Which
a number
one?
out
Because
there.
there's multiples of them at 3.0. So.
No, the 1.8.
Oh, the 1.8. So I can see what it looks like then.
Yeah, you can see what it looks like.
Oh, there we go.
Because I was just looking at that earlier.
Czars is like, I did not know that my late night romp on the internet with YouTube people was going to turn into this.
And for that, I apologize.
This is actually very
It's
helpful.
all
for
good.
me.
I should take Beckerman's advice and go back to 2002 and buy it.
Yeah, buy for like 900
Oh,
bucks.
you don't
You said
know how much.
1.8, Justin?
Yeah, 1.8.
I don't even see a 1.8.
I don't either.
I see a 1.5.
Let me.
You lie. Oh, it just drops another $1,000. It's only 1.5. That's Mark's bad influence.
It doesn't sound like a bad influence at all. It sounds like you're finally getting it.
Listen,
This whole collecting
there's-
thing.
I do gotta say, there is something about us being pushy ass Americans, because that night I was on with Spidey and he's like, well, I am looking for an ASM4, and I was like, let's go to my comic shop, let's start assessing, let's just check it out.
You guys are all happy to spend other people's money. That's what I've learned.
Well,
That
listen, I don't
that
have
is
it
the
bad.
point.
Let me get there. Let me get the what do you call it? Let me get the shopping thrills through
You
somebody
get
else.
you get the dopamine hit for somebody else, with somebody else spending their money. I get it. My sister's the same way. She loves to go to cons with me and spend my money.
But let's
That's
be
the
honest.
best way of doing it.
Do you also enjoy it?
Huh. I wonder why it's not showing up.
Is it
when you're
is it
There's like
listed?
1,000
Yeah,
different.
It's got like 6 or 7 favorites.
Yeah, I search X-Men 1 filter. Well, let me try unfiltering this by Silver Age. I don't know. It should be.
Dude, I'd searched it and I'm getting 1,000 different X-Men 1 titles. So I clicked on one and even scrolled across the other options of X-Men 1s that you get. And it's
I have X-Men
Mm,
1
shit.
marked, but I filtered it by Silver Age. So it would only show me the Silver Age ones.
I'm trying
And
to filter it by letterer, but it won't let me.
And
They
why are
don't
there
want
only
Justin to sell his book. I can't
2
find it.
letterers listed on the whole program?
but there's
And neither of them are Justin.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Filter.
16
Range.
copies come up, and I don't see a 1.8 among them.
I'm going to filter by the grade range and see if I can get it then. 1.5, 1.0. 1. Is yours listed as a 1.8, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not pulling up when I search it and filter by the grade range.
Update list. Okay.
You didn't put it in the Bronze Age, did you?
I'm
don't-
not
you
searching by age. I'm searching by grade. It's not coming up.
No, I'm
There's
talking,
like
about
everything
Justin. I'm
is-
talking about Justin.
No,
not
everything's automatic.
Oh, okay. So you don't fill
Like
out
you
that
just
sort
take
of
the
shit.
picture and it puts
Yeah.
all the information in for you.
I
It's
think
not a
that
fake
think-
CGC slab, is it?
Oh
I
God,
think
I hope not.
back on that.
we have found our stuff that I've questioned, because I see a lot of pushing of certain sellers on Shortbox, but I constantly I have stuff that will go up there and not even get viewed, and I will.
Yeah, this is crazy. I can't even force it to bring his listing up.
Yep. You should send a request in, Justin. What's
Maybe
up?
if I filter by high price, that'll help.
It's called premium price. Thank you.
Filter by red. This person's a joker, way overpriced. And then he set his make offer limit to 75% of his price, even though he's charging 400% over FMV.
Smart man.
So you can never send them an offer that you're willing to pay. I have several like that books where I've had watching for a while, hoping somebody will send me an offer so that way I can counter them in the reasonable realm.
In the
But
reasonable realm is
because
where a
you
lot of
can't,
these sellers
because
don't
every time you try to send them an offer, it says, sorry, you can't send an offer of less than 75% of their asking price. It's like, yeah, but their asking price is stupid.
150 too
so-
much.
Yeah, it's not showing up. It's weird.
No wonder you haven't sold it, Justin.
Yeah. So how did those 7 people find it though to favorite it?
I don't know.
Unless it was on there and it was taken down for some reason.
You're no longer. There's other people who are more important to Shortbox listed
Is-
their books.
is-
You've been suppressed.
Well,
Is
I mean that's
Shortbox an app or a website?
Yeah,
What is
it's
it?
it's an
We can't get it
application.
over here. We
They
can't
have
get it
a
over here.
website, but you can't buy through the website. It's everything. Everything that they do is assumes that everybody's going to use their app only,
Okay.
and I
Can
hate
you-
it for that
Can you
aspect. But
favorite stuff through the website? Because I'm wondering if
you
people
can't
found
do
it. Because
You
if you found it on the website, favorite it through the website because you can't find it on the phone. And I mean, based on their inconsistent quality of product, I wouldn't be surprised.
let's
Them
see
be-
here.
them be fighting words.
I pay for that crap too, so I am gonna fight them. I don't care. I email them all the time when shit's not right. You know, don't make me pay for something. What is that? The other one with the keys? I can't key collector. I email them all the time. I'm like, I pay the annual fee. Let me tell you something, and I'll just go to town on what and all that non-key stuff for the keys a week. I tell them, I'm like, you need to stop that garbage. I was like, if there are not 10 freaking books that are of key caliber this week, shut up and just show me the 2 that are,
Well,
and let's cut to the freaking chase.
Here's
You know?
the problem with their website. So I went to their website just now and hit shop, and you can search. And I typed in X-Men 1, right? You know what comes up? Defenders issue 3, Incredible Hulk issue 5, Aquaman issue 16, Justice League of America 225, Detective Comics 440, everything in the world except X-Men number 1.
I know this might be stupid, but you don't need to put uncanny.
No, in Shortbox it's X-Men.
technically it's not uncanny,
I know, but
but I'll try
sometimes
it. I'll try it.
for me to
CLZ,
find it when I'm looking on eBay, sometimes I have to put uncanny.
Yeah, in CLZ it's listed under uncanny.
Yeah, but when I was doing our search and we pulled up all the other copies, it's just X-Men.
In CLZ, mine all come under the Baxamil 137 listing.
If I look on the website and I type in Uncanny X-Men number 1, I do get Uncanny X-Men, but not necessarily number 1. But it's not that. So their website sucks.
So just so everyone believes me, I mean there it is.
Hold on. We're gonna make you big.
See, I mean like it's there.
Can you share?
But
Can you share your listing out?
You scroll, so delete. Yeah, but is it you just said you have it in your collection doesn't mean it's up for sale.
Yeah. So, but if I go back one screen, you can see that it's got favorites to it.
That could have been that it was listed at one point, as opposed it's up for sale now.
Okay, but
so if I go
to another book, so the option to list it for sale at the bottom isn't there. I either have
okay, I see what you're saying.
Delete or edit.
But
whereas if you go to a different book.
Right. Well, even from that screen as I'm looking at mine, right? So yeah, if it's on that screen there, you'll have the list for sale. Well, mine's all blurry for some fucking shit, but on that screen. So it's interesting.
So that's the reason why it hasn't sold yet.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that on certain books.
They took it down because you were too high.
Wait, I thought this was America. I could ask whatever I want for it.
Come to California, you can get as high as you want. But
maybe I'll just try. I'll delete it altogether and then just relist it later and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or like as Brian said, maybe pretend you're going to do an edit on it,
I
Then go back
actually
into it.
I just did that. While we were sitting here, I hit edit and then
It didn't
tried
do
it.
anything. Mm.
I actually really dislike the fact that now they have every book that I buy shows up in that portfolio section. I used to like it where it was just the stuff I was selling, and I hate having to go in there and like, oh, I don't want to accidentally list for sale a book that I just freaking bought or something.
Yeah, I've been deleting them. Like if it's not one that's for sale, I just delete it.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I got a lot of these. It's like I bought a lot of books or something.
Someone been spending your money, Rob.
Yeah, me. I haven't been unboxing, at least 2 slabs every Monday for a while now.
It's all right. A few more slabs and then I can do a wall like you.
Then we'll have to get you on only slabs.
How
Have you
many
filled
do you need for only
spots?
slabs?
What's that?
How many do you need for only slabs?
20 to 24.
I'm over that.
Well, there you
See?
go.
Come on down.
February
I don't
2nd or
think-
February 9th is there's 2 open spots for February 2nd or February 9th.
The only problem is that we don't change the time for anybody. So
Yes, I know.
So
6:30 in
It'll
the
be
morning.
4 in the morning.
6:30 in the morning at the moment.
Six.
With the
oh, see, that's
the
not bad. I got up for this show at 4:30 in the morning my time.
Hmm.
It's only 6:40 in the morning right now for me.
Yeah, and this is the way it works, Sean, because I work it out based on Mark's show. When we're both out of daylight saving, Mark's show starts at 9:30 Friday night for us. When they go to daylight savings, it'll be 10:30. When we're both on daylight savings, it's 11:30 at night.
All right. Good timing.
Yeah. So for Rob's show, when we're both out of daylight savings time, it starts at 4:30 in the morning. But at the moment, it's 6:30 in the morning.
I'd say about 20 of my slabs aren't exactly good books.
It's not about it's not a competition. It's about the stories. That's what it's
It's
about.
Yeah.
about. And by the way, let me assure you, Zars, if you've got good stories, that's going to matter. You don't know how many times I've watched Only Slabs where people have basically said nothing, right? And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, that's a fabulous Action Comics number 10, And it's like, yeah, I scored this at an auction house in South Carolina, and blah, 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 blah. It's really beautiful. And then like next book. And I'm like, okay.
Well, sometimes you don't even get that. They're like, this is my Tech 27. Okay.
Right?
This is my Action 1. And that's all you get. And it's like you can understand people are not good in front of cameras and there's a possum. Hello.
Your friend's back.
Yeah, my friend's back. Yeah, like some of the admittedly, like one of the guys Rob had on recently, he had some big boy books. But he'd never been in front of a camera before on an internet live stream stuff. So he was nervous, obviously. So you can understand that sort of point of view. But some people just have no personality whatsoever. And then, they just get up and just go, this is what I got. This is what I got. And that's all. And it's boring. It's good to see big books, but you want the story. That's what the show's all about. So you can have all modern A covers of common books. But if you have good stories with it, they'll have you on the show.
I also recommend
when I'm finally ready for Only Slabs, that episode is going to be lit.
I also recommend. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I also recommend not doing a lightning round like I did my first time, where I was just like, here's a book and here's a book. I did the Jim Lee X-Men run 1 to 11 in 9.8s, but I did it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then I was like, all right, that's the halfway point.
Oh,
I was gonna say, everyone here on this panel can attest. I will be very entertaining.
CJ, right now I'm looking at the first 2 Saturdays in February to fill.
I had 2nd and the 9th.
Some people change up my stuff. Otherwise, I don't
So
have
Saturday. You be your
US.
Saturday, our Sunday.
It's
Correct.
our Sunday morning, 6:30 in the morning.
Let me double check some stuff.
Yep, just ping me via
And I'll get,
Instagram if you're interested.
and I'll
Right
get
there.
back to you.
The old at Rob Spatz.
I've got
mean,
you from C3.
I've actually wanted to try and get Neville onto Rob's show because
Yeah.
Neville would be awesome to show, like all his like Australian reprint slabs and all that sort of stuff of all of his big books and that. But I don't know whether Neville would get up that early though.
Yeah, you convince him. Tell him, dude, you want some
I don't
exposure.
think Neville's big on showing the stuff besides in his own group.
Yeah, in Grail Hunters,
Yeah. You don't really see him post anywhere else.
He still posts a lot of it on IG though and things like that, but not like the full range. But I think the only problem is he wouldn't be able to jump on now because he's moving house, of course. So he's packing up everything.
He's probably got all his books in a storage container somewhere.
You got it, CJ. I will put you in my calendar right now.
Oh, so you want the Monday, do you?
He's taking the
Actually,
third. No, Saturday the 3rd. So that means
the
the 9th is what's now open.
Just lock me in.
All right.
9th?
Look at that. So let's go.
So that'll be our 10th then.
Just remind me.
I do. What I do is I'll send you a message like 2 weeks in advance to say, hey, just so you know, like this is what I got you. I got you. Is this still good? And then you'll say, yes, that's great. I'm all excited. Or you'll say, no, I can't make it. And I go, you fucker. And then I'll find somebody else.
I know you remind me 2 weeks, but my memory is shit. So remind me a week again before.
Oh, you'll probably get you'll get the notice that here's the show and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually February 10th, Rob, for you. And then 11th for us. Yeah, it's 3rd and the 10th.
Hold on.
Chop and drop in the chat. Happy New Year, Chop.
Hey, Chop.
Yeah, the 10th.
There you
The
go.
10th is for me. That's the one that's I'm good now. That's episode 132. That's what ours.
No problem.
All right, so Zars and CJ. What I need from you guys, it'll be a little bit different because I know that CJ is not going to show his face. He's going to do his usual hands thing, and that's fine. CJ, I need you to send me a picture of your hands with a slab that I can use for my thumbnail. Zars, for you, the standard which everybody does is it's your face holding a slab nearby, any slab comic, that take a snapshot and send it to me so I can use it for the thumbnail.
No problems at all.
Thank you.
Is CJ gonna rant about the cars in front of him in the road?
Oh, shit.
Only if he's driving.
Oh, God.
A silent episode work. We can do a silent episode.
You can just mute him for the whole time.
He's just going to do sign language throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Says he's hands only, right? That'd be awesome.
It'll just be this like the whole time.
That's Papa.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture CJ learning ASL in a month.
Zara should Photoshop a picture of him holding an X-Men 1.
Or he can buy Justin's and he'll have the actual photo ready.
That's if I get it in time.
Oh, listen, Justin's a real shipper. He'll know he'll get it to you.
I have a True Believers version.
You're muted, Justin.
You're muted, Justin.
We can't hear you. No sound. You sound just like a letterer.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I turned it off. Tape the True Believers version to the front of that X-Men one. And then, end of the show, you just rip that True Believers version off and it's the real thing.
I got a facsimile or two.
I've got like 6 different copies.
The reprints.
Matter of fact, that never finds. I gotta do some finding.
Yeah,
I
can't
was
hear
going through
anymore.
I was putting some slabs away yesterday, and I was noticing that one of my
Sorry, I'm laughing at Mark's comment.
I was going through I was looking at one of the
You have to get
boxes,
to
and
work.
it said my app said I had a certain number of books in the box, but it didn't look correct. So I was double checking the books, and I realized it was missing one slab, and it's my. Again, I'm going to preface this as a facsimile. My Amazing Fantasy 15 was missing from the box, and I'm like, well, where the fuck is my AF 15? And so I got to go through, and I've obviously shifted it from one box to another or something, and I forgot to log it. So now I have to go through like all these boxes to try to figure out where the hell I slipped this damn thing. Frustrating. Thankfully, it's just a facsimile that doesn't have a ton of value, but it does have some because it's the no barcode one, so it can sell for as much as. Well, it sells for a lot of money if it's in a CGC holder. Probably won't sell for as much now that I have it in a EGS holder. But
Cliff just smoke bombed on us.
I don't have that many slabs, so my slabs are all in a drawer. So not hard to find.
well, I have
A garage full. Just admit it.
Yeah.
well, so right now I'm filling for Blue Label for regular slabs. I'm working on box 22. The signature series is currently on. Let's see, there's 2 boxes of that are art boxes that are just nothing but commissions, and then there's another. I think we're on box 9 for signature slabs. So I'm working on filling on. So completed boxes. There's about 30 complete boxes of slabs plus another 3 that are in
Nowhere near
progress.
that. I'm between 35 to 40 books, I would say, at the moment.
I understand that I have a lot more than most people.
Yeah. A bit easier for you to get them as well.
Well, even still, even for ease of, I understand that I have a lot more than the average person.
Yeah.
Even
So,
Joseph.
And I'm exactly like Mad's Buddy. I'm not a big slab person. The only reason I get them is when I can't find the book any other way.
Yeah, well, but Mad Spidey then frees it from its sarcophagus, and
yeah, I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, they should be. I have holidays, so maybe there might be another Slab Cracking with Spidey episode coming soon.
CJ, it doesn't matter because I will crop it.
Horizontal or vertical?
Because if you look at my thumbnails, I usually crop them circular, so it won't matter to me.
Yeah, the price of brake pads and just doing it yourself versus going to get them done is astronomical.
Yeah, you're paying
You pay like
for the
$60 to get the pads and do it yourself versus like hundreds of dollars to go get it done.
You're paying for the labor. The pads are the same.
I'm saying like as much as they're capping on like the labor, like because I've talked to some places like I'm like they're like some places charge like we charge like $150 an hour for labor, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. That being the case, like knowing how much they charge for the service with the labor included stuff, that still don't add up. It's still like a lot more. They're like making money on the every aspect of it, and then that's just crazy. So I'm changing brakes tomorrow.
They work on the fact that a lot of people won't do it themselves or don't. Look, there are certain things that I used to do myself that I don't do anymore because I either don't want to, I'm too lazy to, I'm too fat to, or I just go, you know what? This is how the economy works. Is I employ other people to do the things I don't want to do because I can't.
I get that completely. Normally I do them like go get them done, but I'm like, dude, changing brakes is something I haven't ever changed the brakes on my car, but like I'm just going to go over to my brother's house down the road who's like a mechanical guru who does, and I'm just going to go change them with him. That way next time I'll just changing
I
myself.
remember doing
And
it.
like I
Very
can watch a YouTube video and whatever and do it because I'm fully aware that it's a simple process, but it's one of those things like the what if something, like I don't want to have to stop what I'm doing and nervously look for an answer that I don't, like I'm one of those like err on the side of caution people. I'd rather just have someone who's fully capable of doing it, that it's nothing for there with me.
Got to make sure you have the right tools handy, and it's
That's
simple.
what I'm saying. Like when I jack the car up and start to do it, I'm gonna have to like play like which tool do I need? He has an entire hardware store in his house. You know what I mean?
No,
It's just
no.
all there.
I get it. I did that the other day. Like actually, I bought a set of new LED headlights for my kid's car, and I was going to change out the headlights on it. And I got the lights and I opened up the hood and I looked in there for a second and I realized
It's not
I
like
was
it
looking.
used to be.
Yeah, I've done it before on other cars, and I was just like, "Oh wow, this is just not going to work."
Yeah, you should just be able to grab
I gotta
just pull them out
disappear
and
for a second.
change
I
them.
have to go pick up a call for work.
Do
I'll be
it.
back.
And now you have to like unscrew panels and move. Like it's crazy how much stuff you got to do now just for simple shit.
They're trying to make cars not user friendly anymore.
Yeah. So the oil change, that's something that's always been super simple. But I paid to have that done because I don't want to have to go dispose of the oil and all that stuff. She went to work, baby. But yeah, the oil thing, I like getting that done because then like I get all kinds of stuff done whenever I get the oil changed, all the fluids topped and this and that, and that's not bad. Oil is easy to change. Just you unscrew one screw, change one filter, and you're done.
That's right. But that's why it's weird they charge so much to do it. But if they're doing all the other stuff, then it's a different
I hit them
story.
up for every little free aspect of their service they have, everything.
But you also got to double check that they actually do it. Because my wife used to pay for them to do it, and then we found out that they didn't change it on 2 services, and it turned into sludge.
That's
and
terrible.
destroyed the engine.
Yeah, it sounds like Jeremy's familiar as well.
Yeah.
Mark, I guess the big question is, are there a lot of hills around you?
No, not really.
Then you're fine.
Yes, I guess that's true. Should be good.
Just drive off the side of the road if the brakes don't stop.
Just hug the curb.
Yeah.
Justin,
start slowing down.
I know you're trying to get rid of this X-Men 1 that Zars ain't biting on. What else are you trying to pick up next year? Which way you want to sit? That way?
So I have this like romanticized idea in my head that at Heroes I'm picking up an upgraded X-Men 1 and ASM 1.
Are you going to sell your AF-15?
No.
There's an ASM 1 on Heritage.
The 9.8?
No, there's another one. There's a low one. I think it's a 4.
So that'll go for about 30, 35.
Because when I was searching for the X-Men book, I saved a bunch of other Silver Age books in there. So there's an FF1, Daredevil 1.
6042 down from 6099. That's awesome.
If he's supplying the oil, that's cheap.
Yeah, if you're bringing your own oil, come on by. Make sure you bring I'll make my own sticker and slap it on the corner there. Jeremy be the type of guy to take my good oil out and pour his old oil in.
Man. And then show you the good oil like he changed it.
Do you shop Heritage often, Zars?
No, I've only been on there since I've been looking for an X-Men one.
Opening to
'Cause
all avenues, obviously.
I was bidding on one in June, and I didn't end up winning it, and then haven't been looking. Got tagged in 2 in the last 2 weeks, and then I decided to jump on there and have a look and see what there was. Because the only one on the Australian eBay is, I think, for a 3.0, wants 14.5 Australian.
I'm out
Which
of
is
bags.
ridiculous.
That sucks.
Is it a Halo slab or is it a
No, CGC. But yeah, wants 14. Offered me a discount of $250.
That's more like a slap in the face.
So yeah,
Found my bag.
I said to myself, I'm done for the year with that last package I got, but
Don't count
we'll
yourself out.
see.
You're so close to that X-Men 1.
You know, I think I was supposed to be done for the year in June when I picked up the AF-15, but I was not.
Yeah, all right. Stop flexing. Shut up.
So we'll see. I'm sure I'll get my hands on one eventually.
That's why I always say in my comic wish list videos, never say never. Like, I know I'm not going to be able to afford a lot of the books that I do want, but you never know what will happen with the market, what you'll stumble across. You know, I didn't think I was going to get any of the ASM books this year, and then in the 11th hour, I was able to get one. So it can happen sometimes.
Yeah, well, I was the same. I needed 1, 2, and 4. I didn't think I'd be able to find them, and in a matter of a week, I found 2 and 4.
And two versions of number 4, wasn't it? Or was it 2 versions of
There,
number 3?
two versions of both. I ended up getting offered.
Wait, so what's your 4?
My 4 is a 4.0. No, sorry, my 2 is a 4.0. My 4 is a 2.5.
I made the mistake of getting my 4 like right at the peak of WandaVision.
Yeah. Well, I went to our local show and one seller had 2 and 4, but they were on commission. Well, not commission, consignment. And he wanted I ended up buying the 2 for about $2,000, and he wanted another 5 for the 4 in a 4.0. And I just didn't have the money. And then 3 days later, got offered the one I ended up grabbing for $1,500.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah. So, how you going?
Paul.
How you going? So, yeah, grab those 2 in June, July, whenever Oz Comic Con was on.
Yeah, June. Yeah.
So,
and that was from the same seller that I was showing when I did the live stream from that con that time, Mark. And I was saying the ones with the green stickers were the consignment ones, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not buying them because they're a bit overpriced.
Yeah, I feel like that seller just is being tricky about. I don't want people trying to haggle with me, so I'm going to put green stickers on these books.
He's one of the most legitimate, nicest, and biggest discount guys. Like, if he knows you, because Sean was the one that actually introduced me to him, and he is actually he will help you, give you cracking prices, better than anybody else that I've found over here.
Dude, I love cracking prices.
He's very honest, and he admitted, I seen all the X-Men books and all those other books when they were raw. He sent them all to get slabbed for the guy. And I seen the photos of when the guy actually brought them into him. So I knew he had the 2, the 4 before I even got to the show.
Mm. And he has an ASM 3 and a 4, which I need, but like exorbitantly overpriced, even for what they are. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt at even haggle with that because it's just ridiculous. And they were like 5s and 5.0s and 6.0s too, so they were like really expensive books.
Just give it another 6-8 months, they'll still be there and they'll go down again.
Yeah. Well, he's gone from being able to
what
haggle
other-
10% to 20%. So,
which other X-Men were you missing
He's not-
You said you needed 6 or 7, right?
So at the start of the year, I had 7 between 1 and 100 that I needed, and the rest were just, so I needed 1, 2, 4, 7, and then the other 2 were just weird numbers in between.
I love
So-
weird numbers. I always thought 23 was a weird number.
Yeah.
just like
And
17,
then-
that's a weird number too.
It is.
Found 7 pretty easily. Then it went down to 1, 2, and 4, and then found 2 and 4.
And now you're just
I
down to
held-
Justin.
I held the number 1 in my hands for the first time
Just
at
dig it
Fan
in a bit more.
Expo.
Dig it in.
Justin, do you have the book handy?
One second.
I mean, we've been talking about how it presents and stuff being an honest factor when buying something of like that caliber, and the grade changes can change so much about how the book looks. And I mean, that's a lot of like the enjoyment factor. And just curious, because since Short Box is shadow banning Justin's listing,
Yeah, this one's
so-
available too. Just putting that out there.
hold that back up.
I'll give you $500 for it.
Well,
No, that's don't do that. So be reasonable. That's about a $550 book, right, Justin?
Okay, I can go to 550.
You know, the sad thing is, if I sold it for $550, I still would make profit on it.
I know because you got that for a steal.
so
Yeah.
I'll give you
$550 right
600.
now for it, Justin.
Shut up, Sean.
Wait, what's that? What'd you say,
Can I-
I'll
Mark?
give you 600.
Mark, what'd you say?
Well, he already outbid me. Czar said he'd give you 600 for it. I won't go that high. I'm not overpaying. I'll give you 550 for it though.
Here, let me take it out of the bag.
Yeah, I am honestly curious to see how yours presents.
When you've been on Only Slabs, you know how this works.
Yep. I'm even gonna do something else. I'm gonna.
Can you take it out of the case so we can see how it looks?
Yeah, that's fair. I can do that too.
And then we
Can
can
you
go
count
down
the pages for me?
and then we can go down to $2,000.
So let's do this, and then we'll do this.
Oh, he's going to change cameras. Oh, look at this professional
No, he's
guy.
fixing the lighting.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so there's not as bad of a glare. So the thing that sucks about this one, I mean, not sucks. There's nothing that sucks about this.
I said the
It's
hole
that-
in the
it's-
front.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the variant where they didn't draw Iceman's face. Nice. That's super rare, Czars. That's super rare.
And then
I'll give you $600.42.
so the thing to know about this one is the cover is
Cover detached.
detached.
Come off that then, bro.
So
Still presents very nice because, as I said, like you see a lot of them in higher grades that are
Are
like
the
really
The staples
faded.
are present though, correct?
maybe I can't tell.
Well,
Can't
they'd
tell.
have to be present, or the entire book would be detached.
and it'd be a 0.5.
That's not bad. What was your asking price on that one, Justin?
I said
Right,
I'd sell it for $4,500.
$3,000 Australian. Dollary dues. Sorry, Mark.
That's 66. That's $6,600 dues for 45. FNP. You won't do 35, being realistic?
No, I think I would need a little bit more than 35.
All right, 36.
And 42 cents.
I see what you did there.
I'm just trying to find your real price.
I
Like
thought you
my
already
my
have an
bottom
X-Men
price.
journey.
Not
What I
necessarily
consider-
your bottom, just the realistic price range to talk around. 1.8, it presents decent. It definitely does. Covered attached. We know 45 is a little high. So I'm just trying to get you down to the actual discussion price.
Well, the discussion price is what someone's willing to pay for it.
That's where I'm trying to get you
Mark's
down
already
to.
in heroes mode.
Because
What I consider
you've thrown a
trade,
price
yeah.
out there, but you haven't really started talking about actually
What would you consider trading?
I would need to use it. Shit.
He needs the money. He wants to buy his ASM 1 or whatever.
Yeah, like it would either be like sub 10 ASM or like I put it towards another X-Men 1.
Sorry, I don't have any spares of any sub 10s, Sean, sorry.
Oh, I've got a 13. Is it 13, Craven?
No, it's 15.
That's
15.
15.
I unfortunately I have a 15.
So if you find a 13, you might want to talk.
That's about the extent of my Spidey collection. I don't do Spidey.
He leaves that to me.
Right. We'll see. We have shows coming up soon. Maybe there'll be something there. You can distract James, and we'll take his 3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and 4. Make a run for it.
And I'll crack it so nobody will know.
snatch his book and go for a walkabout.
He doesn't know where we live, so
Well, there's probably only one person. Oh, actually, no, there's probably a few now. I was going to say in the YouTube community that actually know where I live. I was going to say Simon's the only one in Australia that does. Or Simon and Sarah. But then I was thinking, oh, shit, well, Mark's got my address. Rob's got my address. Remy's got my address.
yeah. I'm lucky. None of my books get sent to me. They get sent to a different location.
So you got a PO box.
No, I just send them to a different address.
Neither do I.
So,
What's in your details?
Look on the table.
in my what?
In your shelf.
I don't know where.
Behind you.
Oh, in my shelves. Oh, I got a bit of everything, buddy.
There's IKEA. Yeah, they're IKEA details. Yeah.
No, well, same version, but from somewhere different. But I got premium format, Hot Toys, DC stuff. I don't know how well you can see it.
Pretty decent.
I feel like you
Pops.
are my lost long cousin.
It looks like your room a year ago, Justin.
Yeah, for real.
I started collecting that stuff before I did comics. So I've only been doing comics since late 2017.
Well, if you remember when Simple Simon was doing an odd short or a video of an unboxing of a hot toy, they actually came from Sean. They were actually Sean's ones.
Yeah. I've got to clean out one of the cabinets, hopefully on the weekend, to put the Hasbro Sentinel in.
Oh, I sold mine.
Welcome back, Rob.
Sorry about my abrupt leaving. I had an incoming.
Let's get Rob caught up to date. Since you've been gone, we discovered that Czar's bought all of Justin's old stuff from behind him, and Justin is down to 38 for the X-Men 1.
What?
Australian
Czar's is back on the hook for shipping it.
I'll chuck you in a Sentinel too.
I don't want a Sentinel.
We're at 38 plus shipping. It's on Czar's.
And half a meatball sub.
Half a meatball sub. Do you want
Half
the
a-
49 cents too?
Half a sub.
And it's a vertical
my-
half, Rob. It's not a horizontal half. It's a vertical half.
Yeah,
Still
I
has
want
the-
half.
No. How about lengthwise? Yeah.
That's what I'm
I want-
saying. It's the vertical.
Okay.
half meatballs.
And
Well, half
is
meatballs.
that a Subway sub or somewhere different?
Oh no, it's got to be Potbellies.
Okay. I'm sure I can order it online.
Rob, CJ sending you DPs again, bud.
Yeah, no, I'm actually was just opening up my Instagram so I can respond.
In saying that, how quick do you need the photo, Rob?
Sometime in the
48
next
hours.
week or two.
Ah. No stress.
Zars is like, man, can I get an X-Men 1 by then? He really wants that X-Men 1 in that thumbnail photo. Just remember, this thumbnail photo is going to be what everyone judges you on. Everyone.
So I'll show my worst book.
I would.
Yes, do it.
What's a Firehouse sub?
It's a
Firehouse
it's
is
just
just
a-
another brand.
Yeah, it's another chain restaurant where you
Nice.
go in, walk to the counter, and order a sandwich. Their whole shtick is they do like they steam all their meats. So like and it's all themed after firehouses, and proceeds go to firefighters and stuff like that. It's really, really good food. DJ Links has never had it.
The only sub place we have in Australia is Subway.
Appreciate
And the
you being here, D.
sandwich.
We do have tacos over here, though, if DJ wants to know.
No, I'm good, man. I only eat one taco. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Good morning. We're sitting here haggling for an X-Men 1. What are you up to?
Haggling? Who's trying to buy it off of Justin?
Yeah, Justin's got an X-Men 1 1.8. Zars has a 2023 Get list that had 7 X-Men books. He's only missing X-Men 1 to complete his run. He actually took to Heritage Auction to look for one because of resources in Australia being less than. And he's looking at overpaying at Heritage because that's just the only way to buy at Heritage pretty much. But Justin's sitting on one right now. Right now.
Like literally, it's underneath of me.
Yeah, he just had it up. He showed it off. It looks nice.
It must smell excellent.
I know, crack it and find out.
So
Zars has got 48 hours to complete his goal for the year.
nice. How much are you willing to spend, Sean?
He said money's no object.
You see his background?
I like your style, son.
He's all in. Splash the pot.
This stage, like I was saying, said that I was done for the year. But
No, you never.
if I come across the right book, right price, right stuff, then I'll probably jump on it.
I don't
So
think
what that does is that puts the
Justin
ball
wants
back in
to-
Justin's court to
But
see
it's
if
also
this book can become the right price, right
it's
book.
2 a.m. in the morning here, so I don't want to be making any rash decisions.
That's the
What?
best time to make these decisions.
I
Just
said that.
name your
I
price.
said that earlier, and also we've been talking about this for a good solid hour, so there's nothing rash about this decision. We've been on cover price, we've checked all of it.
What's Justin's asking price?
Way too much. He wants 4,500.
4,500.
He's trying to ask
Well,
if
that's not
way.
way too much. You could have just said too much.
Okay,
You have to add the
too
way
much. He
in there.
wants 4,500.
He's asking the premium price.
Yeah, we did establish the definition of his price is premium.
Gotcha. I don't see anything wrong with that price.
But in his defense, he has offered up without saying it that he will include a professionally lettered thank you card.
Yeah, well, I'll have to send off for that. So when
And-
that comes in,
And Justin
And-
did say that he's covering shipping at 4,500. So it's 4,500 shipped is where Justin started.
No insurance. though.
And
We
he
don't
wants
do
it. He wants
No,
it
no
leaded.
insurance.
That's extra.
He wants it leaded in ambersands too, Justin.
Oh,
yeah,
and he plans to ship it in a manila envelope.
guys, we're starting to get a little crazy here now with the ampersands and the.
Weak on it. It's always wingdings.
Papyrus.
$4,500 is not bad. Just looking on eBay asking, right on the
Well,
main page.
we've
Why
already
would you
covered
go to
what
the
eBay
Oh
worst
yeah,
asked
I'm
possible
me
sorry.
is.
Yeah. My bad. I have woke up. I was editing a video, and then I was like, let me. hop
That's
on.
also called wishful thinking.
So we can see who
Yeah.
Justin's paid off. So
Justin clearly been DMing with DJ before he popped on here.
I am the
Justin-
worst person when it comes to pricing, negotiating. I'm just gonna buy something. So it's just like I'm
because
the
we
worst when it
all
comes to
strive to have. Even I strive to have DJ money.
it. No,
That's
no,
what.
no,
That's
no.
what it.
No, it's
But
just like when you want. I don't know. When I'm like, I get that. Sean, get the do it. 45.
I'm a person. If the book was in front of me and I could see it, I probably wouldn't think twice about it.
Well,
Justin,
but-
you know,
back up.
that's fair. I will send it to you. You take a look at it and then send it back if you don't want it.
I'm not saying anything because people know where I live.
Comic Journey says 45 is a fair price.
Yeah, but Comic Journey's a
I don't
fucking
listen
liar.
to him.
we were looking up on. We've already established pricing. What's fair?
So what's a
based
fair
on,
price? I know we've already established it, but I missed
And
it.
well,
So-
Justin hasn't like brought up another number. But in all seriousness, 4K shipped. I think that's fair.
Yeah, we said that the range on what we're talking. Oh, he was looking at. It range was between 4 to 5, and that 45 was the median
so
based on
45 is fair.
recent sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I based my number off of GPA. I think the last sale was slightly over 4,500, so I said 45.
So 4K US is just a bit under 5.9 Australian, Sean. So if that sounds reasonable, if Justin come down to 4K, Sean might just go bang. Okay, let's just do it right now.
Sean's been known to bang.
Hey Justin, I just DM'd you.
DJ's about to buy the fucking book.
No, I'm just joking.
Wait, hold on, wait a second, Justin. Hold on, wait a second. Do I have one of those?
No,
I don't have one.
I am not an X-Men fan. I don't hate the X-Men.
I've been known to say that I don't care about X-Men and I don't need.
Oh,
an
and
X-Men
I forgot to point out,
and still buy an
Justin
X-Men
also has
book,
a
so-
GSX one that he's willing to part with.
Oh yeah,
The
I have a
current high
GSX.
bid on it, I think, was 600 and some odd change because it was
And-
Jeremy's bid. Yeah, $600.42 is the high bid on that one.
On the
What's your
4.0?
Yeah.
It is a 4.5, but I do need half a meatball sub to go with it.
Yeah, all purchases, it's mandatory, and it should be well known at this point, require half a meatball sale long ways.
The GSX one at 4.5 is not a big enough upgrade for me to be interested. Move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Justin. How does that make
Well,
you
you
feel?
know what? You know why I'm selling that one? It's because I have an 8.0 on layaway.
So Justin, what are you pushing that that 4.5 for?
That 4.5, I think the lowest I had it for sale at a show, and I think I had 1550 on it. The lowest I said I would go is 1450.
So just to put it in perspective, for me that is dirt cheap. I paid for a 4.0 at the height of the craziness, 3,700. 4.0
For a giant size.
giant size X-Men. Yeah.
I paid $1,000,
Yeah.
Do you
but
You wanna
mine
know-
was raw.
do you want to know what I paid for it?
What?
I paid $400 for it.
I'll give you 500 right now.
No,
Already
that's why
tried
it's up
that.
to 600. That's why it's up to $600.42 and half a
Yeah.
meatball sub.
It
I will
started
say-
at 500 and half a meatball sub.
I give you 800 in the meatball sub, a full meatball sub.
No.
Whoa.
No,
Nah,
no.
I'm,
full
I'm
meatball
joking.
sub?
I'm joking.
You still got to cut that in half, so I have two halves.
Yeah.
Forget it. I refuse to hold the knife. The only Puerto Rican that refuses to hold the knife.
These two broken bottles. Last sale on a 4.5 GSX1 was $13.25. That was
Ooh.
2 days ago.
It sounds like I need to readjust that price.
Yeah, so I'll go $801.43.
Don't forget the sub.
Nah, the $1.43 is for the sub.
802 and 1 penny.
I can't afford it anyway.
Y'all got me wanting to go to Firehouse Subs now. DJ, y'all have Firehouse Subs in New York?
No. I think we just got. I saw recently like a Jimmy John somewhere.
Oh yeah, they're the freaky fast delivery place. We started getting those about 10 years ago. They're not bad. They're good. They're plain as shit.
It's funny because New York City is basically anti-chain, but then all of a sudden on a back alley somewhere you'll see like a Jimmy John's, and it's like, where did this come from? So in the last couple of years, or right before COVID, actually, was Jimmy John sprouted up, a Checkers.
You
Jimmy
can't say
John's?
that word, by the way.
What, Checkers?
No, the other one begins with a C.
Jimmy John sprouted?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, my bad. Sprouted begins with a C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not a sub guy.
He likes the shape of them. He just doesn't care for the flavor.
We have a place out here called Crust that's opened up that is phenomenal.
Is it a pizza restaurant?
No, it's a sandwich shop.
That's weird.
They make sour. It's because they have.
pizza.
It's all about their sourdough bread.
Why is it called crust though? I don't understand.
Because sourdough bread has crust.
Okay.
We have a
The
pizza-
crust
pizza
is the
chain here.
important part of a sourdough bread.
Justin said, I see Aquaman 2 in the thumbnail. Which of you guys have seen it? No matter what anyone says, I have no real interest in seeing it. Wasn't the biggest fan of the first one. I enjoyed it.
I am a bread enthusiast.
I enjoyed Aquaman 2. Aquaman 1 I liked a lot. I love Aquaman 1.
Yeah, I like
I had a
Aquaman
blast
1 a
watching
lot.
Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2 not so much. And then as I keep thinking about it, I hate it even more and more.
It's trash.
I'm kind of going the opposite way. Like I keep thinking back on it. It has me excited to see it again. It felt like a standard lazy sequel, not in the sense that they didn't try to do anything new and innovative with it. They just did what was fun about the first one in excess with a shorter runtime. It's just really the way I keep explaining it.
CJ, you say that now, but when you eat the sandwich, you would change your mind.
I wouldn't get any.
Who's got the dog with the lung cancer?
Jesus Christ. I would automatically think a place called Crust is legit a pizza shop.
Over here,
I
it
get
is.
that, but it's not.
The pizza's not that nice though. I don't like it.
Again, I don't know. It's came up for a while on my apps, and I'd see it, and the sandwiches look good. I tried it one time.
Save that for me, Taylor.
Friggin' blew me away. It was so damn good.
Taylor, we need to talk. I need that. I'm sick
My
of
bad,
fucking
I'm
looking
gonna
for
go
that book.
I just bought a New Mutants 98 Mark Jewelers off of this eBay seller.
Oh wow, good!
Hey, Russ,
Congrats, Taylor. Hope it's in good condition. Help you cover your costs on that whole collection.
I left you positive feedback, by the way, Justin, on that transaction.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Sucker born every minute. Oh,
Crusty places.
yeah. Their turkey and pastrami is awesome.
See, I've never, it's weird, right? Because I'll eat just, and we've established this before, I'll eat just plain ass bread or bread and butter, but I won't eat like a sandwich. Like I've never had like lunch
hold
meat
on.
or like cheese.
So DJ doesn't eat sandwiches. He doesn't eat tacos. Do you eat will you eat a shawarma?
Thanks, Mark.
No.
You're like a segregationist, huh? Your food must stay separate.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy those plates that come with like the little hubs, like the jail trays.
DJ brings his own kids' plate to buffets.
Yo, legit. No, I bring my old school jail tray.
You got to keep them separated, right? Yeah, I get
Gotta keep them separated, and I will only eat the food if you like slap it down on the tray like hard. Bang.
Bing
Wow.
bong.
I don't know how you live without eating a sandwich. Of course, I said that when you said you didn't eat tacos.
One day at a
I was
time.
confused.
Yeah, exactly. One day at a time. But I do love me some bread and butter. I'm actually waiting. What time we're leaving? Oh no, I got an hour. We're gonna go grab some breakfast since we're off today.
But you're not a breakfast sandwich,
You're
though.
reaching brunch time, aren't you?
Yeah, but brunch it opens at 12.
That sounds like lunch then.
Gonna enjoy my some pancakes. Haven't had pancakes in a couple of months, so I'm gonna.
Oh, we
I'm
went to
gonna get some
IHOP on the way home from Palm Desert. I had a breakfast burrito. It was fabulous.
nice.
Will you eat a burrito?
No.
Hmm.
And my wife is half Mexican.
Enchiladas?
No. So last time my wife made
Gyro?
me. No.
I just go with the. You'll have a bread with butter. We have bread with peanut butter.
Not just straight up peanut butter. No, that's nasty. That's what's wrong with you, Rob. That's criminal.
Peanut butter on toast?
Just straight up peanut butter?
On toast?
That
That's
was
good.
Jeffrey Dahmer's last meal.
So do you have? So you what else do you put on it? Jam?
No, just bread and butter. I don't do
You
jam.
only eat
But
peanut butter. So you won't eat peanut butter, is what you're saying?
peanut butter and jelly, they have to be together.
Peanut butter and jelly, but then you put
Yeah.
that in between two pieces of bread. Yes.
Yeah, but not just straight up
So
peanut
that's a
butter.
sandwich.
No, but straight up peanut butter on bread is like
No,
madness.
no. Hold on. We're not saying like you would make a peanut butter sandwich with no jam.
Okay.
You know, I'm just only time I put peanut butter only was like in the morning. Sometimes you might put a piece of bread in the toaster, make toast, and spread some peanut butter on there for some protein.
Ah.
He has
Or
Vegemite
better
too.
yet, put some peanut butter on some warm banana bread. There you go. That's good. But I get so you'll eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I haven't had one in a long time, but yes, I will consume a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if I had to.
What about a hot dog?
Oh shit. I've never had a hot dog in my life. Or if I had it as a kid, I do not remember. I try to stay away from
Hamburger?
penis shaped food. Oh, I love me a hamburger.
Will you put it between the bread?
Yeah. A hamburger just straight up, plain with bread, or maybe lettuce on it.
How about a chicken nugget sandwich?
I'm just trying to understand
No,
where
no,
your
no.
sandwich deviation occurs. That's all. I'm trying to. How about
okay, got you. So I would do all right, peanut butter and jelly. Hamburger, if you consider hamburger a sandwich. Peanut butter
it's
and jelly
meat
hamburger.
between two pieces of bread.
And then roast. I will eat a roast pork sandwich. Just roast pork, nothing else on it. Just take the roast pork, boom, bread. Yum, 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 yum.
No sauce of nothing.
No sauce. I don't do sauce.
Interesting.
People call me fussy.
Oh no, I'm whatever.
You are
Nick-
fussy, fucking
Nick-
Simon.
Nick says he eats a hot dog all the time, no bun, slathered in mayo. No,
No
sir,
hands
I
either.
can't do that. Oh shit. See, now that's a challenge. Instead of a duck race, you have like a hot dog eating contest with no hands from a
It's
plate.
here's
Oh,
the
Nick
real.
would win that
Here's
every
the one.
day.
Like you live in New York. You've never had a hot dog. Yeah, that's right.
I don't get the connection.
Peanut butter and honey on toast. That's a phenomenal sandwich right there. It's a messy sandwich, but peanut butter and honey on toast. Oh, so good. It's just sugar, and bread. That's like
Yeah.
Sugar and starch.
Sugar, honey.
That's right.
honey.
What about Nutella on bread? Nutella is just
Never had Nutella.
nah. I don't understand it. I know people who my kids like it, but nah, it's not me.
Never had
Interesting. I learned a lot about you today, DJ. I don't understand you, but I've learned a lot about you. It's interesting.
I mean, what can I tell you? I was raised chained in a basement, chained to a radiator, and I only eat what I was fed back then.
I know.
As they
Some
slipped it under
some
the door.
people, they make adjustments as they mature, as they age. But
No, I digressed as I got older. I ate less variety now than I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, I try to maybe. It depends on where we're at. Like I'll maybe try something. When we were on vacation in Mexico, I don't know. I tried lobster for the first time, and it was actually really good.
yeah, we already covered that one. Yeah, he's not
No
he won't
gyro?
eat that either. Yeah, he won't eat that either. No shawarmas, no nothing. Basically, he doesn't consume food between any type of bread except for peanut butter and jelly, a roast pork sandwich with no sauce, and a hamburger.
I'm
And your
hungry now.
your hamburger sounded like you eat it pretty plain too.
Yeah, just lettuce. I will, however,
Just
take an
lettuce.
X-Men 1.8 sandwich.
Interesting. So you don't even put you don't put any other than just lettuce in the meat.
Yeah.
Nice,
Interesting.
nice deflection there too.
Maybe a pickle.
Ugh, yuck.
Well, pickle, not in like a whole pickle, but you know.
No.
Yeah, no, when it comes to burgers for me, I want mayo, mustard, lettuce, and red onion.
Well, I could do onion, red onion. Red onion's good. I'll eat a red onion raw.
Red onion on a barbecue, on a burger, that's what you need. No, none of the white onion stuff. It needs to be red.
No. Damn those
Better
white
flavor.
onions.
Yep. All right. Well, anyways, enough about sandwiches and food.
Yeah, I don't want to start eating at 2:30.
Well, hold on. I want one more question after I say. Yeah, I saw you said pancakes. Will you take a breakfast sausage, and
No.
roll it up in a pancake?
No, I don't eat breakfast sausage.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
that's
try
right.
to
You said you avoid penis-shaped food. Got it.
I avoid the penis shaped food.
So, do you then also not drink from a straw?
Or get a Frank
Oh.
Miller signature.
Jesus Christ. Nah, I'll drink from a straw unless
Do you drink from a straw? Do you drink from a straw when you drink from a straw? Do you drink from a straw? Do you cup it from the bottom
I cup it from the bottom and then I hold the tip of the straw like that.
and hold the cup like that? You know, get your
Jesus
fist around the
Christ.
cup and
Wow.
You spit on the top of the straw too.
I am so gay for the tumbler. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna fucking drink out of a straw and think of this conversation. Right,
Sorry, we don't have tumblers over here. Sorry.
In Australia?
he's not going to drink from a straw anymore.
No, tumblers are not really a thing over here.
You should. You should get one. Keep your ice cold longer.
I'm still waiting for DJ to send me one.
Oh, I'm out of tumblers.
Why would DJ send you one? He never sent me one, and I live in the United States.
Yeah, the initial what I got from Spidey's powder tumblers, I had got like I think 20 from him initially, and they're all gone. They all sold, and the last one I gave to somebody here that actually came to the house, and they saw the thing, and they were just like, "Oh, can I have one?" So I'm out of tumblers unless I re-up with Spidey.
Real men drink whiskey from sippy cups. What are you talking about?
What does he charge for a tumbler or whatever? I've never actually asked the question for anybody.
Oh, I don't.
I know you got a sponsorship sort of side of things going, but do you know what he normally would charge?
Yeah. So the sponsorship that I have with Spidey's powder tumblers, it's not a real sponsorship. I just love Spidey, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna shout you out. So I get no deals or nothing from Spidey, and then when he tries to cut me a deal, I'm like, no, just give whatever. But I've bought everything that I bought from him.
$20 a cup.
20. Yeah, everything that I bought from Spidey, I've bought in bulk. So it's just like he'll charge me like $300 for like a case or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now that it's $20 a cup, and I only got like 10, that kind of sucks. I'm just. joking.
People are just dropping off smoke bombing like flies.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Czar's left, and I know Justin wrote smoke bombs.
Sean does get sometimes he's doing it from his phone, so it might actually heat up and cut out.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he's back. I'm going to remove Mark for right now since he's not there.
Yeah, so I've only bought from Spidey in bulk, and those were the original, like the metal tumblers, not the new style with that look like a candle.
Yeah, they're not metal; they're just plastic, aren't they? The new ones.
Yeah, they're just plastic.
I need to get my ass some stickers. That's what I need to do. That's the one thing I still. That's maybe that should be a goal. 2024 should be to
send me your logo, Spidey. I can get it done and send them over with your stuff.
Yeah, that and I need. Well, yeah, I actually hit up somebody to actually do me an intro and an outro, but I've found out they've had some health problems lately, so that's probably something else I need to look into as well.
I did the I just got a whole shit ton of magnets. Size, my sticker size, but they're magnets, which I got just for when I go to cons, because I like handing out stuff when I meet people at all shows and everything else. But I hate having stickers to hand out because I always paranoid that my sticker is going to get stuck up on the building or around the facility, and then it's going to be like, oh, you're that dude who's fucking putting stickers. No, so it's like I'd much rather give out magnets that like, they get put up on a building somewhere, they come off.
Mm.
That's funny. I mean, I'm guilty for at Heroes Con. I stuck my sticker up on a sign. We're rebels, me, Chip, and Nick. Let's just put our stickers up in the street.
Yeah, no. So
Nick broke
that's
broke out this
so,
spray paint. I
if
was
you
like,
so the Fat Stacks magnet will be an exclusive. I met him in person thing, but we got brand new only slab magnets that'll be coming out pretty soon. So if anybody's they've already had the old rectangular ones and they've had the oval ones. There's a new die cut only slabs magnet coming out.
Oh, I still have a slab hub magnet.
Yep. Yep. There's that one around.
And a slab hub mug.
shout out to Slab Hub.
R.I.P.
No, I meant the other company.
Oh, well, I'm gonna shout out my man, Dr. Von Hoot,
DVH in the house.
and the Parliament of Mowls.
That's
Ooh.
awesome.
Instead of the Court of Owls.
Yep.
Very nice play on words there. Very British.
It's a proper job.
Yeah. Pip pip, cheerio.
And all that.
God save the king.
Somebody's got to. Anyways, so
It's not
DJ, what you get? Have you? I don't want to spoil any potential upcoming videos in case they're in the works. There, you got any goals or goals for 2024 on your collecting realm?
Yeah, I didn't film the video yet. I was just grabbing. I don't know, because before I filmed the video, I like to grab if I'm going to use any graphics and stuff like that. So I actually
Yeah.
grabbed all the graphics yesterday. Yeah, so I'm going to film that today or tomorrow morning actually. 2024, I guess big stuff. It's a lot, so I'm just doing like a wish list. It's not actually goals. So
It's the best. Yeah, you got some items on your wish list that you're going to keep your eye out for. You hope to cross a couple off the list, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna go. I guess my top three would be Amazing Fantasy 15,
Ooh,
Tales of Suspense 39, and Journey into Mystery 83.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
wow! You're just going for some small books. Good for you.
Yeah, those would be my top three. But like I said, it's a wish list.
I suppose
I have them in the
that's like
first
me
one.
putting it.
Now, I want to be DJ.
Yeah, I put those on my wish list on my videos as well, but that ain't happening ever. I'm not a high roller like some people.
Nah, I've been actually scoping out the AF-15. It's just tough for me in the sense that I'm trying to like be reserved because I know how I am. Like I'll just go in and just buy something, and I'm trying not to be that way. But I think with that one, I'm gonna have to be that way. But then I'm also looking at it in a specific grade, so it's kind of harder to come across on the grade.
Well, it's a tough book, and just because for me, it's a matter of I keep it saying like I don't care to acquire it, and it's not on my really hunt list at all, simply because I'm not prepared to step into the 5-figure book realm yet. I still have problems with 4-figure books from I do it on occasion, but it's like still a mental block for me where it's like, damn, that's a lot of cabbage for a freaking piece of paper. A bunch of papers stapled together,
Yeah.
But
like a book like that, I mean, for some reason, because it was going down, that's why I was on the prowl for it, and then all of a sudden it shot back up.
Because it went down enough that people said, "Oh, hey, look at that, we can get it." Next thing you know, everyone starts going, "Now's the time to get one."
Because you're still looking at like what 15 to 20K even for a 0.5 at the moment.
I had saw one when I was looking at them. So like a 1 was going for like 17. So I was looking at a 2.5 for like 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I guess
if I could trade a child for one of them,
I would have traded my child a long time ago.
They still have a lot of good working years on them. Low mileage. Would somebody be interested then?
Yeah. And then I guess after my number 4 would be, or it's up there in my top 5, I think, Brave and the Bold 28. So.
Yeah, that's one that's probably like the biggest one that's on my list. I occasionally look at. It is on my official look for list. But
What's
Brave
that
and
sort
the
of
Bold
goal?
has been on mine for the past 2 years, but other stuff has just been better opportunities.
Hmm.
What's that sort of going for? What's that sort of? Is that dropped or is that
So
stagnant?
when like 2 years ago, like I was watching them, and then 2 years ago they started going up out of nowhere.
Mhm.
They used to be like a stack per point kind of thing, like
Yeah.
1K for a 1.0, 2K for a 2.0, and that was like the higher end of FMV for them. And then all of a sudden, like the book started getting some traction. It had the Incredible Hulk effect. It's like other stuff just got or ran up, so people started focusing on this that had been slept on.
Hmm.
And now it's kind of like you're looking at about like 2K to 25 for a 1.0 to a 1.5 kind of thing. It's still too high in my mind. Like it's a very achievable book. It's not hard
Mhm.
to acquire one for a decent grade. But my thing is I don't want to pay that much for that book.
2.0 is going to run you around 2K, 2.5. Yeah, it's in that range of.
So
What's actually
what
interesting.
grade are you looking
What's
for?
what's actually interesting is that sales from this year, at least as I'm looking in short box, so limited information there. Anywhere from a 2.5 to a 4.5 will run you between 2 to 3.5.
Mhm.
And when I say it that way, it's because like a 2.5 is listed at 3,200, a 3.0 is at 22, a 3.5 at 4, a 4.0 at 2. It's just like,
What are you on short box?
yeah, it's. I'm just looking at their price guide real quick.
That's my favorite kind of box. a short
Because
box.
it's just a quick, easy. It's the quickest, easiest one for me to get to sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah, it's easier to see the stuff than it is like
What
something
grade
in-
are you looking for then in that, DJ?
So I don't want to go in except for Amazing Fantasy 15. I don't want to go less than a 3.0 on any of my other books.
Okay,
And-
so yeah, you're looking at real big dollars.
Like a three, like at minimum 3.0.
A 3.0 Brave and the Bold 28, for example, the last couple sales that are listed on this pricing app, they're less than 3K. So it's between 2,300 to $2,700.
Well, 3.0 for a Journey 83, that'd have to be some big dollars too.
There's like 7, I think.
See, yeah, Brave and the Bold just suffers from the fact that it's DC.
That's why Mark hunts them all.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
No,
it's just a
definitely
statement of
nothing.
fact.
In
That
all
it's like,
sincerity, if DC was up and Marvel was down, I'd be picking up more of the Marvel stuff right now.
Yeah.
That's.
You just
I
playing
mean,
the market.
I've had a fairly decent past couple of years with Marvel stuff. Even like I've gotten numerous New Mutant 98s at this point. I got
just
Ghost
random.
Rider 1. I got Tomb of Dracula 10, ASM 300. I mean, I've picked up a lot of Marvel keys along the way. But even catching them at like really good prices for the time that I got them at, they still like went down tremendously. That's why I'm like, I don't, dude. There's like no short term mentality to me in comic books. I've just been around them so much. So I look at these prices. I'm like, dude, I don't care if it's down. Fuck that price. I don't care if it's going to go back up. Fuck getting it right now because it'll go back down again later. Like my mind just can't. Like I get my mind stuck on something for whatever reason from my own personal experience. That's just it. Like I'm willing to do this for that, and like even like DJ and I have talked about another massive grail that I'll pick up one day. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying more than this for that book, and you keep seeing them pop up, and everyone's all in the same range, which is completely not where it should be, and where it will eventually drop back down to.
Hulk
I
number one.
just looked and it dropped like $2,000.
Wow,
More than $2,000. It dropped 2,200.
Jesus.
Go fuck yourself, Mark.
No, I'm not saying like again, like getting something. That's the thing. You can never get mad at yourself for picking up a book for a good price when you got it. It doesn't matter what happens after that, unless you're. This is just talking from a collecting standpoint, not from an investing or reselling standpoint. Just from I'm getting this from my PC standpoint because that's how these books that I'm getting are. And even that being the case, like I will never regret buying a book once I own it because I won't overpay for it.
Same.
And if I do, it's because it's an absolute unicorn. And if that's the case, you're setting the price on it. You're not overpaying for it. You're literally setting a price on something like that.
Yeah, and everybody knows, like, I do not sell books, so that is exactly the mentality that I have. That I complain and I whinge all the time that Australian prices are ridiculously stupid, but I'm happy once I have the book and I own it, regardless of what I pay. If I think it's a fair price at the time, I'll pay for it and I'll buy it, and then I have it, and then I'm grateful. I don't care whether it drops or whether it explodes. I'm not reselling it. I'm keeping it for myself.
This is another one that I peek in at from time to time. I would love to get a restored copy of this. That's the first Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff happen. I don't ever think we'll see like market pop like we did for like the Magic recipe, which was the lockdown era plus the MCU height, where movie speculation was driving the market. But you'll always see little shifts and things. And Green Lantern is such a sleeper, like, popular thing. People are aware of Green Lantern. Like, they don't have like this connection or love for him like you do the DC Trinity or Spider-Man or X-Men, but they know of Green Lantern. So when something like that has a chance to do something in the bigger pop culture, I think you'll get to see a little bit more action on something like that. But for those that know, but I've been quietly picking up Green Lantern keys for the past 2 years straight. And this is like the last one I'm missing. Like, obviously Alan Scott, that's Golden Age DC. You can go fly a kite. But outside of that, that's the last one I'm missing.
Yeah, I haven't heard that term "go fly a kite" since 1918. I love it.
I'm bringing it back since the Golden Age, you say.
What about first Barry
Yeah.
Allen? Would that be on your radar?
The
or do you
first
already
Barry
have
Allen is the biggest book of the Silver Age, no question about it. It's the book that it literally ushered in the Silver Age. There's not a bigger book out there, not a more important book out there. That's not on my get list. It's not. You don't ever even hear people talking about that book because that's how big of a caliber book it is. Like, it's that big of a book, and people who have it sit on it because it's one of those things. There's different caliber collectors, and you see that when Rob does Only Slabs. You have these people you've never heard of that don't have social media accounts that contact him via carrier pigeon, and they come on the show and they literally just blow your mind. Those are the kind of people that have Showcase with Barry Allen. Like,
yeah. Speaking of which, you should check out, if you haven't seen it yet, Mark, the hunt list for Dragon Keys for next year.
oh, I can't even imagine.
Holy shitesy for Spectre. For it's like
more fun 52, right?
Just like, oh my god,
she's swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
What number showcases Barry Allen? Is that 15?
I think it's 4, isn't it?
Oh, 4. I don't know the DC numbers, obviously. So
I could be very, very wrong on that. Yeah, it's 4.
So showcase 4 is first Barry Allen.
It's the first Silver Age comic book ever. Like,
so what's that, like a $50,000 book for like a 0.5 or something?
I don't know.
No, I'm just curious, like, more than anything else.
I don't think it's up there like that. It's still a Silver Age book. That's what I'm saying. You got to put it in context of Silver Age.
So it's more like probably an AF-15, more like that sort of.
No, Spider-Man definitely commands a higher price. I'm just saying, like, that's.
So on eBay right now, if you just search it on the first page, and these are asking prices for 3.5 CGC, 2,300. I mean 23,000 for 4.0.
Like, I'm gonna go buy it right now.
Yeah, for 4.0, 30,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're in a different level of collecting.
Yeah,
like that's Golden Age DC prices.
A 9.8, $450.
Oh, that's
in a foil.
That's the limited edition second print.
Hey, Finn, will you,
Australian price variant.
Socks and shoes, please? I don't want to wear socks. Okay, then don't. Make sure you don't wear shoes.
Let's find an X-Men 129. What's 129?
We got a member milestone chat real quick. Hate to interrupt. All right, well, wear shoes then. Remember for 2 months from Brian LCS, hashtag We Are Legion. And let me hit this one too. We got 24 months from that guy, Dale of Suspense. 2-year, baby. Hashtag We Are Legion.
I have no idea what I'm up to.
Emoji. Spidey, you would be at the 24-month mark as well, I think. Maybe 22.
22. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit later than everybody else, I think. But let me have a look.
Let me find out.
I should be able to if I find the thing on my phone.
Find the thing on my phone. DJ, I'm glad you're here. I've had something sitting here to potentially discuss if the time was right. And I think think the time might be right. It
Time
could
is
be.
right. The time is right. It's always the right time.
There
Let me
it is.
check on Spidey real quick. Let
Hang
me
on.
check on this
I
guy.
found it on my thing. Milestone
Um,
sticker. It's popping up. 23 months.
Oh, we got him in at 23 months. Shout out to Spidey. Big shout out to the Legionnaires.
There we go. I didn't put a message in it,
A
but
bunch of you out there. I appreciate you guys. There it is, the 23-month chat. And Spidey says, not a damn thing.
I'm right here, bitches.
What is going on, Madam Blaster? How are you
Hello.
today?
Good morning,
Hey,
everybody.
Good morning.
What is X-Men 129? Did y'all say what that one was?
Yeah, I was
That's
just trying to
the
think of what.
first Emma Frost.
X-Men
first
1.
Kitty
First,
Pryde.
yeah.
Is that the one with Emma Frost's face big on the cover or the one
No.
before it?
No, that's
Nah, it's the one
with,
with Colossus bloody
yeah.
lifting up the thing in space or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that book too. That's a
Okay.
nice book.
We
So I
have
think
another channel member milestone, 10 months from Ben Parker Comics. He said, hit that thumbs up button. Definitely appreciate it if you guys do that. How's it going, Madam Blaster? How is your holidays treating you?
They're treating me okay. I made it through. Christmas
survived.
Christmas threw up all over my living room, and I had to immediately rectify that yesterday.
You've already cleaned up Christmas stuff?
I did.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's DJ Link's level Scrooge.
Listen, I had a real tree, and I failed to water that tree for 2 weeks. So that thing was just, it was just a nightmare to just, you touch
I hope
it,
you have
all the
hardwood
needles
floors.
drop.
Yeah, I hope you have hardwood floors.
Good thing your house didn't catch on fire.
Well, I didn't set the lights on for the past 2 weeks.
Rob knows he's in California. If you don't water a tree, they're known to spontaneously combust.
And then people will tell you need to rake your forests.
That is a good idea. I've heard that's something that people should do. I'm not aware of the details of it, but apparently it's a thing.
That's right.
Little known fact: the last wildfire started in Rob's yard.
No, I don't live anywhere near wildfires.
I don't know. It did smell like pork in California for a while. So.
The last wildfire almost started when he lit his grill on fire.
Oh, geez. I haven't done that in a while.
It's been 3 months.
No, it's been way longer since I had to
Rob,
extinguish
you
fires.
were on the screen here like, oh shit, I gotta go.
I was on that stream too.
we were all
No.
here.
No. That one, the grill wasn't on fire. The ribs were on fire.
Okay, that's fair enough. They did say they wanted them well done, so that's not on you.
And actually, the outside was heavily charred, but the inside meat was actually perfect.
That's
Of
it
course,
sounds
of
like a
course.
sear. You seared it. Okay, I got it.
Oh, it was charred, not seared. There's a difference. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're cooking. But it's been I have not set this grill, my current grill, on fire, and I've had this one for 2 years. So it's been at least 2 years
About that time.
since I had a massive grease fire. I've been paying attention and actually doing proper maintenance on this grill.
Nice.
Very good.
So when you smell the smell of the California wildfires, do you immediately go and try to buy some sauce and meat and run in the
No,
woods?
definitely not,
Is it
because
dark?
first of all, when we have wildfires in Northern California, where I'm at,
Yeah.
it's the trees that are burning are typically going to be softwood, so firs, redwoods, those types of evergreen trees. They're soft, more like your Christmas tree. There's a softwood, and that's not a wood that you would cook on. It's very sooty and has a very bad flavor, so it does not smell appetizing to cook on, versus hardwoods like oak and other nut trees and stuff. So
Gotcha. I did not know that.
yeah. No. Yeah, wildfires smell terrible in California. It is true. We'll get it. That have to be really bad ones for where I'm at, because they typically occur in in the northern part of California. I'm kind of in the middle at the Bay Area. It takes usually the wind blows them east, and we don't get a lot of it from where we're at. It really just depends on the weather pattern. Would really have to kind of bring you'd have to have an offshore breeze where the wind is coming from on land heading out to sea, which is not normal. Usually the wind goes from the ocean across the land heading east. This has been meteorology, West Coast weather patterns with Rob.
Thank you for the
I'm
knowledge.
just waiting for you to take like a sun sticker and slap it up on one.
Let me put up my green screen and show you now. Which get it right over here. We're going to get a high pressure system, and the low is going to try to get in there, but it's going to hold up over. So we're going to have higher than normal temperatures here. But you can see down back over here.
I can tell it's a part you've wanted to play for a while.
Oh God,
he's a man of many talents. He even does the when they talking about temperatures and things. He even does the if I'm on the screen as well, he'll do the Celsius exchange just for me.
That's nice.
I try to be inclusive.
Yes, Rob has never been labelled as a racist, especially to Australians.
Come here. Say hi.
Oh, hello.
What's his name?
Rupert.
Rupert.
Is it Rupert Murcat?
That just rings off the lips.
He's a distinguished gentleman when it comes to the feline sort.
It's awesome.
Yes, there we go. Anyways,
what kind of cat is Rupert? Oh, bye.
It's a pussy cat.
Stop.
We have a member milestone chat from Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics, 26 months. Can I be cool like the rest of you? Yes, you can, Rob. Yes, you can.
Woot.
How many of you guys on the panel have cats?
Did you say cats?
Cats.
Yeah.
Own
I think
cats.
just DJ.
And
I own cats.
Like cats?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cats. Meow.
No, God, no.
No.
Oh God, no.
My Aunt Spidey does though, right? You raised your hand, right?
I have one at home, and then the missus has two.
See? There we go.
But Matt Spidey has them for like doomsday prep purposes.
Especially my cat at home.
My cats are really good at eating scorpions around my house. So.
Why do you have so many scorpions around your house?
In the desert.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm here in Georgia. We have cottonmouths. We don't have scorpions.
Yeah, she lives in the desert.
I got rattlesnakes.
Yeah, they're fun though. At least you hear them coming.
I don't know. One time I was swimming in my pool and I was swimming with a baby rattlesnake, and my kids were like, "Mom, is that a stick? It's a snake!" And we all had to horror movie like swim for our lives for the end of the pool. It was horrible.
Yeah, the baby rattlesnakes are the worst because they'll sit there and shake their tail, but they don't have the rattle yet, so you can't hear them, and they're still just as poisonous as the adults. So they're no more. You just gotta. It's just something that you just gotta be careful of. When you're flipping rocks and sticks and stone and logs and stuff, that you always turn stuff away from you.
But can they say colors? Sorry,
I don't know, and I don't
care. Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Oh,
I think we're more safe from going down that rabbit hole right now.
Whitey.
I still regret not ending that stream earlier.
Yeah, I still regret staying on there as long as I did. I should have left with Rob.
I was having fun in the chat.
You just got the small scorpions, though, right? Where you're at, or you have the big ones?
We get. I've seen ones like
2 inches.
3 inches long.
Small ones are
that
deadlier than the big ones.
I was about to say, are those like spiders in the sense the smaller ones are the more poisonous or venomous or whatever?
We got black widows, and we have bark scorpions too, which I guess are pretty bad. I've never seen a bark scorpion, and a wolf spider. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you have Lone Star ticks. Those will change your life.
What?
There's a tick called a Lone Star tick. It's called that because they're black, but they appear to have just like a little white dot that looks like a star on them. But what it does is when it bites you, it messes up you on a genetic level. You start producing this enzyme that makes you allergic to meat. It literally forces you to be a vegetarian for the rest of your life. Sounds crazy, right? 100%.
Well, maybe we
true.
need those to save the world. Jesus.
Oh, well, I don't know if we need those. We already have spider goat, so we've already taken a massive step in the right direction.
Shit. And wolf spiders are the ones that actually, when they bite you, they can actually lay eggs inside you or whatever like that, and then they'll actually.
Yeah, but who's going to stick around long enough for a spider biting you to allow that to happen?
That's if you even
DJ.
notice
Yeah, DJ probably would. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He'll stick around.
it. use it for content.
That is true.
And he spreads love because it's the Brooklyn way.
Yeah.
And the wolf spider way.
Nothing spreads love like getting impregnated by a spider.
Madam, are you a
I think
vegetarian?
that's got to be a special ring in hell, where they're just impregnating people with spiders.
With spiders, yeah.
That's like the sixth ring right after Limbo.
Yeah. What is going on, Jeezy Cheesy? Hello to Kenneth Bird. Good to see you.
Kenny
Space
Bird.
K said his cat plays fetch.
So do I. My cat does too.
Oh, your cat. Okay. You said so do I. I'm like, throws the ball.
Or
I got a funny story about that too. I'm not gonna talk.
All right, Rob. I'm about to head to the auto parts store, man.
Yeah, we can wrap it up because I really gotta go back to work.
Yeah, and I'm about to be.
Where's your cup?
And it's 3 a.m. for Sean and I at the moment. So.
Yeah,
I had
I
somebody,
was just about to say
somebody
that.
my mom and my grandma the other night when they were getting ready to turn to the driveway. So I'm going to go to the auto parts store, get brakes for my car, then go down to my mom's work and do all the taking pictures and sending it in. Because the other person's insurance has already reached out and they have to send them the picture, so they'll send the money. Then she can't do all that stuff. If they ask her to send the picture in, you don't ask a woman of her age to send decent pictures in. It doesn't work. Every time she takes a picture of the family, it looks like we watched the video in The Ring. Face is just all fucked up.
There's Samara's coming out for you.
All right.
Man, Spidey, can I ask you a question? Why are you up so early all the time?
I had a nap a little bit earlier, and I'm on holidays at the moment anyway, so.
When do you go back?
Doesn't really matter. On the Monday the 8th, so I've got another week.
That's a good break.
So two and a bit weeks, but obviously, yeah, that's been filled with.
That's quite a bit.
Crap. But
filled with crack. Good. You might want to stay off of it though. I heard crack is whack.
That explains what's up.
That's proven untrue now, Rob.
Oh, it's not whack.
Everything comes full circle. Now crack is great for you.
Crack is in.
It's healthy. Got it.
Crack is in.
It is the new vitamin C. Got it.
My time has come.
You gotta need that vitamin C, brother. All right.
I'm getting out of here.
Pasta la pasta, via con queso, and smoke bomb.
Peace out, everybody. In the mix tonight at 9. Peace.
Rob was going to hit the end button. I guess not. He's just bailing. Well, I appreciate everyone stopping by. Sorry I went so quick, madam.
Oh, it's okay. I had to get ready, and then I had a therapy appointment I forgot about, so I had to do that.
Boom. There we go. Hey, Chip.
Now Chip shows up.
Chip's here. Yo, Chip, I've got a package over here ready to go out to you, my good sir. I've got a bunch of backlog mail, but very excited. Got a package for the Getler.
White Shadow. I can still see you.
Yeah. Well, everyone, y'all have a happy new year. I will have a regular show Sunday night at 8:30. We'll be doing at Year's End, the recap of the year. Top 3 in any kind of category you can think of. We're looking at all the best of the best. We ain't got time to talk about all the trash. We're going to celebrate how good of a year it's been. So swing by and see y'all then. Zars, thanks for hopping on, man.
Thank you for inviting me.
Don't forget you have 48 hours to acquire that book from Justin. Now that we're not all watching, you can do it, man. You can do it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good
I'll
night.
message you. Take care, guys.